या फिर जूम आउट करो। हाँ ठीक है, अब YouTube पे लाइव जाओ। So no, we are live on YouTube. So let's double check the audio. ऊपर जो हसल वगैरह है ना, उसको इस तरह करो कि you can see the YouTube. नहीं उल्टा जा रहे हो।
You want me to bring it down?
नहीं, I don't care about these things. Three things. Yes. So I want to see the board first. I don't care about those three things on the top. That's good. And let's put the camera too now. All right. So that's cam 1. Right now I'm putting, can you put your hand in front of it? So that's cam number, that's not number 1. ये वाला on है. Yeah, ठीक है. So this is 1. So this is good. And let's switch to, थोड़ा सा zoom out करो. थोड़ा सा और. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. And,
turn off cam 2?
You can turn off this one. Good. So I'll stay on 4 and then this screen. Okay, we'll get started in about 5 minutes maximum. screen print with this, I guess.
नहीं सिर्फ ETA जो है
Hey, Sunny. How are you doing, man?
Is it only YouTube live?
Only YouTube. I'm not doing TikTok because of bandwidth issues. How are you doing, Sunny?
I'm doing okay. I just got back from DC, came straight here. Got off the flight, came straight here.
Sorry? YouTube summit.
Just quickly, one of the students reached out to me that I guess you recommended.
Yes, yes.
Is it okay? I'm meeting her today.
Okay.
Just to discuss whatever I know.
Absolutely, no problem.
Is it okay if I take that room?
Of course, no problem. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
सर पूरी चेयर मिडिल में रखे हो
नहीं मैं तो अभी आ रहा हूँ मैंने आपका ये प्रेजेंटेशन देनी है ना उसका मेरा पासवर्ड नहीं चल रहा तो मैं उसको बस अभी रेडी कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने बैठना तो है ही नहीं मैंने तो खड़े होना है Hey boss, how are you? Welcome. First time here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kurumba is
Okay.
cousin.
Oh,
My wife is cousin.
sorry, your name?
Zain.
Okay, welcome. We'll get started in about 2-3 minutes. Just doing my final checks. And I want to make sure my slides are working. All right, we're good. Today, last presentation we did was on 5th. No, so every 2 weeks we run these presentations. And I want to make sure audience on internet can see this. So how do I do this? Okay, let's try this. All right, we got somewhere. Okay, good. Fahad bhai, can you check if YouTube screen is showing? इसको प्ले ना कीजिएगा मेरी एको वापस जाएगी तो वो फिर ड्यूरिंग
only I'm checking.
हाँ
Because I have to share with my friends.
yes no problem I'll explain these things in the evening. Do you have any trading experience prior? Zero? Sorry? Okay, sure.
I follow some TA videos on YouTube. This is fun.
Slightly different how we run our show here. In 30 seconds, we'll get started.
पिछले दिनों किसी कम कम चलाने थे तो उन्होंने कनाडा नहीं कर सकते
Canada is more than उतना चलना वाला जाना उतना वो काम करो ये रस्ट इसलिए भाई वो ये राइट टू दो डेवलप की काम
अच्छा अच्छा
क्रॉस बॉर्डर क्रॉस करते हैं ये क्रॉस करते हैं तो फ्लो बॉर्डर में अगर बॉर्डर ये आर बी अंडर yes so many the other it's a border here usually
ये कंपनी बता हुआ था अच्छा एडी न्यूज़ है
जी
ये
बड़ा बोल
बड़ी इम्पोर्टेंट होती है
किसी ने मर्जी का अपना लॉन्ग
ऐसे नहीं चलिए शुरू शुरू के हम जानते देखिए न्यूज़ इम्पोर्टेंट है सवेरे 9:30 को आएगी 11 बजे तक मॉर्निंग वो पेज है अगर न्यूज़ चल रही गई है डोंट ट्रेड नहीं करना उसका चुप इधर न्यूज़ आ जाएगी या न्यूज़ नहीं
मार्केट रिटर्न करो
हाँ जी लेकिन ये जो जो तो सीधे जाओगे ना तो हमें कंफर्ट जोन ज्यादा रहेगा खाने की बात देखो अगर फिजिकल दर्शन मिला अगर हमें इनका एक दोस्त तो सीधा इनका रेफरेंस है कर ले
चले Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming and listening to our weekly presentations about trading, how we are, what do we do. So let's get started. First of all, my name is Rafay, R-A-F-A-Y. This is a number I'm going to write, 647-228-0694. So, wishing up this easier, so it's like bar interruption. So the idea is that this is a WhatsApp number read by 4 individuals. Any given time you send a message, 4 people can read this. It's a support number, so it's my number. I can read it through WhatsApp web, and 4 other people can read this. So you have to get in touch with us. This is a WhatsApp number we use. So welcome to, I will be today your host for the whole 5-6 hours. Next starts around 1:15, and then we'll run through different segments. I like to begin my presentation with this quotation: "Is they say sky is the limit for ambition. However, we say sky is the beginning." And this is true for the type of business you're about to get yourself familiar with. Amount of money that moves in online trading is approximately $29 trillion worldwide. Options, stocks, crypto, everything else, it's a lot. So to make 500, 600,000, 10,000, 5,000, it's not a lot of money. So what I'm about to explain, you have to stay grounded. You have to just treat it like a number, because things get exponentially big very quickly in online trading. So that's why it's a universe. It's a huge thing. And if you do it right, sky is just the beginning. Making 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. You will see students who will come in this afternoon. Right now, they're making about $5,000 to $6,000 daily. I'm saying daily. These are US currency. You can have them. They can show you their account. So nothing I'm here to present the whole is just a lie. Like it's proper presentation with the proper technique, what you can achieve in online trading. You set your own everything else. So let's do this. Some terms, disclaimers, disclosures, conditions. Why are these important? So you know what you expect from us. What do we expect from you? I know it's hard to read. Go on superareas.com. Every single thing is right there for you to see what that it all boils down to 3 things. We're not account managers. We're not financial advisors. We don't take your account, manage it. We don't take your investment, and we don't want your money. So it's not like you're going to give me 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I'm going to give you a return, nothing like that. You use our software to predict. You win, congratulations. If you lose, we are sorry. Number two, I don't care how much you win, 100,000, 200,000, we have a certain software fee that we charge, and that's all. And so we're not financial advisors. I'm not registered with Ontario Securities and Commissions. I'm not a broker. So just so our expectations are clear that why are you here and why are we here for you? So some terms. So end of the day, we are a software consulting company. We have helped write some software, and this software helps you understand trading. That's all. If you've never traded before, sorry, we have software that helps you. And that brings me to the next point, just like I got distracted by my own. If you have to take a call or anything, just do it discreetly outside. We have multiple rooms, and I'll put my phone on the side. The way the presentation, I used to do this every Saturday, but then I got very busy. Now we do this. So there's a presentation happening right now simultaneously at our other office. That happens every Saturday, but this presentation, I do it every other Saturday. The way structure goes, we use in the winter, we used to start around 12. We started around 1. So first couple of 90 minutes or so are for absolutely basics. What the trading is, what do you expect, how much money can you make, how much my investment is. We'll take a tea break around 3 o'clock, 2:45, and then we start to go into very technical trading aspects, so advanced topics of trading, because I have a lot of users who come in Saturdays and they have questions about our software, and that's where I lead you into it. This is being recorded on YouTube, on social media accounts. So if you want to all my presentations get recorded and then they get archived. The longest I've done a presentation is 8 hours. 8 hours I've stood here and I've talked, and you will run out of questions. So today is an opportunity to grill me on everything. Hey, how does this work? How much money can I make? So your questions may be small, may be big, but they'll help everybody understand what all of this is. Maybe you have a small question but you're shy. Ask me. I don't care. I'm not here to give you a very rosy picture. I'll tell you the dangers. I'll tell you what can go wrong, how much it can go wrong, and what are the negative sides too. So we really emphasize every Saturday on audience engagement. More questions you have, the better for me. And you guys are listening to my presentation in time, first time, because what will happen is around 3 o'clock, you will see this room get filled because a lot of different users are at different stages of trading that come in person. They have questions. Some questions I will address through online because I'm watching the WhatsApp, I'm watching YouTube comments. Somebody asked me, can you explain different funded companies? So we have first a basic presentation and then topic by topic. About us, why did I write 45 years in the making? I'm 45 years old. So it took me 45 years to make the presentation in front of you. And that's how, now in terms of my background, this is November 6th, year 2000, almost 25, 24 years ago. This is Conestoga College, 1 hour west from here, Kitchener, Waterloo. This is where I went to school. I went and I studied computer programming there. This is where welcome. Anyway, so this is where I went to school with, and my interest in computing was at a very, very early age. I migrated to Canada in 1996 with my parents. My dad was in Middle East and won his contract, and his job was to fix forklifts. So he was a forklift engineer. He got migrated from back home, Middle East, and he grew up. He spent 35 years there. Then he decided, all right, I'm going to come to Canada. So I came inherently as an immigrant. Came here, went to school, went to Conestoga College. And this is me representing Canada and a gold medal for software technology. So back then, again, 22 years ago, I was passionate about it. And so my understanding of software, my understanding of hardware, my understanding of trade, it is not just built overnight. So how the software works, how you use WhatsApp, how you use Telegram, how you use Facebook, how YouTube sends the chunks of HLS to your home. If you have an IPTV box at home, how does that gets encoded? We have a very, very deep understanding of software because this is where I grew up with designing and understanding software. One of the most dangerous software on your phone right now is TikTok. Listens to you, talks to you, sends you recommendation, takes your context, and it builds a profile against you. So one of the worst software that, as a software developer, we know today that exists is TikTok. That's why US wants to ban it, military wants to ban it, because effectively they're listening to everything you're saying. Your phone may be dead, but they're watching you, they're listening to you, they're tracking you. They know everything about you. So there's no such thing as privacy these days. When Google Maps, you pick it up, it tells you 49 minutes to work. It knows you, it tracks you. Everything is digital. If you think you have privacy, you are just oblivious to all these data. So software is what we do. And these days we have taken our energy and put it into trading software. So because trading has evolved a lot. Why are you here? The purpose, of course, some of the new faces I see every today's presentation is you want to know what exactly are we selling? How can you make benefit of this? If this is going to work for you. And thank you for taking the time because this is a long presentation. You'll run out of questions. I won't run out of energy. So this is normal for me. I speak from 9 a.m. to 1, 2, 3 every day. I woke up at 6 o'clock, went to a podcast. I did a 3-hour podcast before coming here. They had a 45 minutes questions for me, topic by topic, everything. So I'm very passionate and excited about what I talk. Who are we? This company is 18 years old. It's not something we just made. It's not run by one person. I'm just one mentor that does it. We have 13 mentors. We have 4 data analysts. We have 15 employees, 2 offices, 18 years of experience, and the CEO of the company has worked for Chicago Mercantile Exchange as a fund manager, right? So it's not something we just came up and then this. Yes, on the social media or so, we've been here for about 2 years because our software was sold and now we sell it as well as lease it. So that's the main difference. Why are you here? You want to know what exactly these guys do and how can we benefit along with them. What is it that we are selling? First of all, everybody can learn. This is not rocket science. It's not. We have a saying at our office, you can breathe, we can teach you. And we have users who have zero knowledge about trading. And now after a couple of years, 6 months, 3 months, they're making consistent money. And you will get to make them payouts after payouts after payouts are coming. So we have a saying, you can breathe, we can teach you. So it's not rocket science. Now let me talk about why people fail in trading first. Majority of them fail because of one thing and one thing only, and that is discipline. If 100 people will join, I will tell you 97% will fail. So 97%, this is a very, very high failure rate. So if there's 4 of you, less than now more people are joining, just look around you. What happens is everybody joins with very much excitement. So today's podcast, I answered a question, who should not trade? If you are impulsive, don't get into trading. If you get anxiety, don't get into trading. If you want instant gratification, don't get into trading. Results are not going to come to you in a day, 2 days, 3 days. We have a platform built that requires minimum 90 days for you to learn. It's a comprehensive piece of software that we are going to teach you. We'll talk about today discipline, human behavior. Is trading gambling? Why do I sell my software? I have an accusation that, hey, if the software is so great, why are you selling it? Why are you so? I'll explain all these questions at the end of the day. Please, if I miss something, you have a question you have to ask. Otherwise, if you can WhatsApp me. I wrote my number here, and then so it's a piece of software that we have written that helps you understand what a trading is. So it is a game of discipline. It is not about indicators. It is not about charts. It is not about, we will give you everything. We'll give you a very, very comprehensive package. I'll give you daily signals, 15 markets. I'll give you a chatting group. I'll give you, if 2 floors, you can come and sit. You can talk to mentors. I'll give you funded account. Sometimes I say on the line, everybody understand Urdu, right? आपके घर में आके सिर्फ वैक्यूम करना रह गया है, बाकी हम लोग कर लेते हैं। मीन आपको सब कुछ दे देंगे भाई, कहाँ से बाय करना है, कहाँ से सेल करना है। Everything will give you. What we cannot give you is discipline, because the problem with discipline is very, very difficult. Very difficult. One of the most difficult problem of trading is discipline. You know why? What will happen is, I'll write something here. I'll write NQ. And I'll write a number, 18,330. That's the current, approximately the number of Nasdaq trading futures, or gold, or crude oil. What will happen is at 9:30, computer is saying buy, you buy, and 30 seconds later, the price is 18,350. And market has moved 20 points. 20 points in 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds. You know what your account balance will show? $400 profit. You're gonna get messed up. I'm telling you right now. So many things will go through your mind, and you're gonna say, "What universe am I in? What is this reality? Why I don't know this before? That with one click I can make 400. I have a guy who makes $5,000 a day, and you're gonna say this is too good to be true." But this is a trap. The trap is, you're going to get sucked into it, and then you're going to think every trade I'm going to make $400, every trade I'm going to make 300, 200, 100, and then you start losing. Then you go into revenge trading, and boom, you have lost a lot of money. $50, $100, 300 minus. So this business, we will give you the top-notch support, the top-notch AI-based software that gives you the highest prediction in the industry. I can't give you discipline. What is the discipline? All of you came here, took a 400 series highway, 401, 410, 47, 409. You took an Uber from Bradford, and the driver didn't just do 180. Driver, you didn't, all of you came with some form of discipline of driving, meaning that you didn't cut out. So, but that discipline, unfortunately, is by force. Try doing 180, they'll give you a ticket. Try doing 200, you'll get your license suspended, and you'll get charged with careless or reckless driving. Stunt driving, they call it. Try not going to school, they'll kick you out of school. Try not going up to work, they'll kick you out of work. So try not being disciplined in your relationship. You will have consequences. The problem is, that's called the forced discipline. You're forced. Trading is self-discipline. Every move you will take, you have to be humble. You have to know where I'm going to buy. I open up 9:30 and I look at traders. It's like those horses. They opens up the gates and they want to start running. No, this is not trading. Trading is supposed to be, you look, you assess, you figure out, should I be buying? Should I be selling? All of that. So let's go back. What is trading? It's an art, or it's a habit of buying and selling. All of you are by inheritance traders. You trade your money for food. You trade your money for services. You want to buy a car, you have money, you trade, and the person gives you a car. You go to a grocery store, person gives you fruit. You go to accounting services, the guy gives you services. So trading, everybody is a trader. Just look around, you are a trader. However, you're going to sit in front of a computer 23 hours a day, buffet is open, market is running, you're going to trade something, whether gold, crude oil, natural gas, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Russell, Dow, crypto, doesn't matter. What you're doing is, the art of trading has evolved so much that 15 to 20 years ago, me and my cousin, we flew to Hong Kong with $30,000 cash in our hand. So we said, okay, there's a company called Alibaba.com. Everybody knows it's a Chinese website. When they first did their IPO, initial public offering, it got only listed at Hong Kong Stock Exchange. So we took a flight, we went there, went to Hong Kong, opened up a business account, opened up a trading account, and we said, let's buy the stocks. We want to buy $30,000 worth of Alibaba, or it used to be called 1688.HK. Or anyway, so that's a really, really old form of trading. You want to buy some stocks, you go to a bank or a financial advisor, all of that. So you will invest your money into a company and they'll give you returns. That's called stock trading. These days, you can do this now. Fast forward 25 years, you don't need anybody. You don't even need a financial advisor. You can sit in front of a computer. It requires a Windows computer. It doesn't work on Mac. It doesn't work on anything. It requires Windows computer. What you do is, market is open 23 hours a day. Soon, New York Stock Exchange stock market will open 24 hours as well. All you do is pick something: crude oil, natural gas, gold. You can trade them 23 hours a day. You won't be successful 23 hours a day, but the market is open. It is so easy. I did a video. I was on Boeing 787. Go on Instagram. My first video, I'm flying. And I was over Nova Scotia and I saw an opportunity. Market was open. I put a trade in. I got out. Need internet, need laptop or desktop. That's all. So your requirements are, so let me write it down. You need an iCore 7 and 16 GB RAM, Windows. Doesn't work on phone, doesn't work on. So this is your physical requirements of the hardware, right? So this is what you need. If you don't have it, I have a lot of guys who are skeptical. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't want to spend my money. Go to Costco, spend $650. We'll give you everything for free. For free. And then you're like, because I want you to not do a financial transaction for at least 14 days. I want you to test my software inside out, my services, my lectures for 14 days, 2 weeks, and then you decide, am I going to do this or not? Because sometimes I don't know you, you know you, right? So you have to assess yourself and say, okay, I can do this or I cannot. But 14 days, you have to watch 20 hours of videos. I have lectures, like Daniel, the CEO, has lectures, 2 hours lectures. You got to sit in. What is ES? What is a mid-band? What is a divergence? What is a gap trade? What is a RSI, relative strength index? So that will tell you, are you going to do this or not? Because what would happen, I sell you the software, you sign up, and then you're like, man, I want my refund. This is not for me, and I made a bad choice or whatever. I did it in a pressure. So 14 days, go to Costco, buy a laptop. If you can't use it, just return it, uninstall the software. Thank you very much. You tried something. It didn't work out, so there's no hard feelings between. There's never hard feelings, but we want to make sure the transaction is as smooth as possible. So comes down to, again, what is trading? You are going to sit in front of a computer. You're going to buy and sell something. What is that something? Let me write an example. Because everybody, if they don't understand anything, they will understand one thing: gold. Everybody knows gold. Gold is, so as a South Asian, majority of us like to invest in gold. It's just the way our ancestors are. It's a precious commodity and everybody wants to play with gold. So how would you trade gold today? Go to a goldsmith, go to even Costco, they sell that 1 ounce bar. Right now, the price of it is maybe around 3,000 US dollars. So you will spend 3,000 US dollars, you will buy an ounce of gold and you will keep it. For how long? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And today's 2025, maybe in 2028, that ounce of gold is worth 3,600. Maybe it's worth 2,600. We don't know. But right now, this is a physical form of trading gold. You go somewhere, you buy gold, you hold gold, and then when you sell it, you got your investment either in profit or loss. This is, you can buy $10,000 worth of gold, 100,000, doesn't matter. This is a physical form of trading. What do? We help you understand what is online trading. You sit in front of the computer. You open the computer at 9:30, 10:30, 12:30, 1:30, 8, 3 o'clock in the morning. You can be trading gold 23 hours a day. And that's where you will make money, buying and selling something, buying and selling natural gas contracts, S&P contracts, gold contracts, crude oil contracts. You can pick whatever. Like some people for religious region says, you know what, I don't want to do Nasdaq. All right, do gold. I don't want to do gold. Let's do crude oil. They all work the same way. Whole day you can sit and just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. The problem that underlies the whole problem is discipline. You don't want to be trading 23 hours a day. We tell you, if you trade more than 10 trades a day, you are gambling. We tell you up front, you're not a trader. All you're here is, might as well take your money to Casino Niagara and true gamble. What is a true gambling? Some people say, well, trading is gambling. I lost money because, well, if you did no due diligence, picking up your spouse or partner, knowing nothing about them, that's a gamble too. You go to Kijiji, buy a car, used car, and you just give the guy $5,000. Hey, I want to buy a car. If you don't check engine, transmission, tires, exhaust, you're gambling your money away. People say, hey, don't gamble your life away. Meaning that if you don't do anything without diligence, you're going to gamble your life away. Same thing. If you are just clicking, we tell you red to sell, green to buy, and then you're like, no, I just got to click, 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 click. You are gambling. So don't join us if you don't plan to learn anything. We're going to give you the whole system. We're going to give you the coaching, the necessary, every single thing for you to succeed. You will become a trader or you will become a gambler. We don't care about that. What will happen is eventually you will lose, and then eventually you will quit. And those 3%, we want you to be in the top 3 or 4%. We're making money consistent. And it is not rocket science. I keep telling you, software I'm going to show you is so easy. You don't have to draw a single line. You know, if I ask you to become, just go on YouTube and say, I want to become a trader. I want to learn about thousands of websites can come. Just go on Google, and then you're like, what do I do? Let's go to the next slide. There are so many products out there. There is stocks, there's options, bonds, CFDs, EFTs. You're like, crypto. Do I do futures? What do I do? Where do I start? And then you're like, all right, I have to give you a starting point. And that's why I have this highlighted. We start you with futures trading. And futures trading is primarily, you sit and you just say what will happen next in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours. All you have to do is predict what will happen next. So that is called futures trading, speculation. That's all it is. So that is all there is to it in terms of trading futures. Now, how much money can you make? Sky is the beginning. You can make 100,000 a day, 5,000 a day, 100. It depends on your goal. You're not going to make $5,000 a day in your month number 1. Approximately it takes 2 years, 1 year at least, for you to make 1,000 a day. 1 year. We are going to get you started with as low as $50 a day, because I have to teach you some concept. So if you type in how to become a day trader on Google, you'll get so many results, and then you're like, where do I begin? So we have put together a comprehensive program that focuses on futures trading. So it's an algorithm you will use, you will learn. You have to go through 20 hours of videos, then you will start learning online. We'll give you a community. We have mentors, we have offices, we have every single thing is recorded. Then we'll tell you, all right, you have now learned, 3 months are gone. Now I think you can take your first investment. That's called a funded account. Funded account means not your own money. Once you have learned the program, 3 months, some users can do this in 14 days. I'm just telling you. They have to know 2 things: where to buy, where to sell. The fastest you can figure this out based on my software, the faster you can be on your way to. Some users take 90 days. Some users take 1 month. Some users take 14 days. It all depends on the software is going to say, hey, this is the point to buy. This is the point to sell. And I know it sounds too good to be true, right? And then you're like, man, I've never heard about this before, that the software can be that great. And of course, every trade has a 50% probability, by the way. Every single trade. You can bring me a cat, and I can put a button here, buy. I can put a button here, sell. A cat can be 50% correct. So it doesn't take a genius to say, hey, should I buy or should I sell? Because you are 50. What we are trying to do is improve your probability in math to 65%, 72%, 85%. If you trade 85% and you're successful, you're considered a very good trader. That you have taken 10 trades and 8 out of those 10 trades, 8.5 are good trades. The moment you start to go 87 or higher, they want to hire you, meaning that they consider you, man, you are an exceptional trader. So the range of a good trader is around 70, 65, 62, all the way to 85, meaning that even with my software, you're not going to be a winner 100% of the time. There's no such thing that you are going to make every trade is going to go 100%. So that's why we have a built-in risk management. At what point do you say, hey, this trade is not going with my favor, I gotta go? I was thinking price of gold is going to go up, it's going down. I was thinking price of Nasdaq is gonna go up. But what I can tell you, for 18 years, we are over 90%. That's what our accuracy is. Yes, there are days when Donald Trump gets up and says, do this or do that. No software in the world can do it. When Israel decides to attack Iran, when interest rate announcements come in, that is market is on a free fall or free. When he says it's time to buy, that's insider trader in our culture. We call it, hey, you leak the information and 2 hours later, you're going to pause the tariffs. That is insider trading, 100%, because your friends benefited from this plunge, and then market went up. One guy made $1 billion, and he's just not hiding it anymore. Everybody saw that video where it says, this guy made a 200 million, one guy made $1 billion. They don't have the courtesy to even hide it anymore. They're like, I don't care, we're gonna do it our way. Long story short, don't get excited. You're not gonna make $1 billion in a day. That's just not practical. We'll get you going somewhere in the range of $3,000 to $5,000 a month, approximately. And then as you get better, that thing can only go up. If you know your entries right, you know how to read support and resistance, MACDs, things like that. So why did we put it together the way we did? A newborn trader, never has traded before. Where do they begin? So we have put a whole comprehensive program. So there are 9 or so things you need to know mathematically. And you don't need to be a genius in math. You don't need to be a genius in financial. You don't need to be a genius in learning. All you need to know is, for example, there's a mathematical concept called relative strength index. I'm just throwing things. There's a mathematical concept called trend. There's a mathematical concept called moving averages. These are all math. So this is every single thing is math. And if you don't like math, it's okay. Neither do I. I just know math, probability, and statistics is what we work with. So if you went to casino and you played roulette, how do you play roulette? Is there's a wheel, there's a ball, there's some numbers and some colors. Second example is Lotto 649. It's a mathematical calculation. So if you put in $5 and they said pick 6 numbers, and if your numbers are the numbers the computer picked up or the lottery, you win millions. And if your jackpot hits in a roulette and you said, all right, it has to land on 27 and green after your probability is so low to win that maybe you will get 50 or 100 or something. But people do win jackpots. Every Wednesday, somebody does win a lottery or a Saturday. So that winning keeps us going. The marketing says 649, freedom, and there's money, and then there's cars, and there's beautiful girls, and then there's mansions, and your mind is programmed to attract it. So the colors that are used, that you're on a beach, you're running around. So you forget, you want to escape the life that you're in. You're like, man, I'm like my cousin here, he does, he works for DHL in Holland, right? It's a difficult job. So I'll give you his example too in today's presentation. What he came from Holland, and we recorded his video in Dutch and posted it on our website. He's like, I'm earning 4,000 to 5,000, 6,000 euros. I'm happy. I'm okay. It's a difficult work, but I'm making a living. How can I improve my financial? I said, all right, come see us for 2 weeks. I'll show you what to do, what not to do. And then if you're doing it right, we can help you add some extra income to it. I think one of the most difficult jobs on planet Earth, in my opinion, is driving a truck. The 52 feet that they go across California, most difficult, because not only your life is at risk all the time, the people around you, one bad move and then you are gone. So unfortunately, there are better ways. I'm not saying quit your job, get into trading full time. Learn it slowly, and then eventually you want to balance this out so you can jump the ship and you can say, hey, I've gained an extra skill that I'm able to compensate. If you're working full time, and don't think trading is going to replace your income immediately, because those people tend to fail faster, because they come in with an expectation, I'm earning 6,000 euros. You know what? Tomorrow I want to start earning 6,000 US dollars with trading. That's not going to happen. So I want to give you very clear expectations of what the pathway is. And yes, a person you're going to meet in the 2 years ago, if you ask him, can you spell Nasdaq? He says, I don't know what that means. I've never traded before. 2 years later, if you ask him, he's like, man, my best day was $5,000 in one day, right? So eventually he got there. Yes, thousands came and thousands left. Some lost because of gambling, because they got addicted to it. So coming back to it, only 3% will make. The remaining 97 will fail due to discipline. They're just here to gamble and get. This is not a get quick rich scheme, please. Just saying, it's a pure business that you have to treat it with respect, just like a fire. I always like to give example. Think of trading like a fire. What does a fire give you? Warmth, but it can burn your house down if you don't treat it properly. So it is truly you're playing with fire, but you have to make sure fire can give us energy, like the sun, right? So you have to be very clear. Your mindset has to be that, man, I'm not here to mess this up. I'm not here to gamble. I'm not here to scare you guys. But what happens is, I know what the emotions you will go through. You will put a first trade in, and luckily that happens to be your best trade. And the first trade makes you $400. Next thing you're like, hey man, how do I book my Rolls Royce? Or this is too easy. I just gotta click $400 in my account and I'm done. It doesn't work like that. So your mind is going to play a lot of tricks on you and say your dopamine is coming, adrenaline rush is there. You're down $200. You're trying to make another $500. You will go through some heavy emotional roller coasters. Your mind will really mess you up. So if you are ready to handle this kind of thing, then get into trading. If you are impulsive, don't do it. If you need instant gratification, don't do it. There are a lot of better ways to make money online than trading. Get into affiliate marketing. Start a TikTok channel, start a YouTube channel, go online, put dancing videos, cooking videos, like lots of vlogs and stuff you can do. But if you are a person who is going to act very emotional, please don't do it. This is a very difficult, not technically, not fundamental, not really. Emotionally, it is going to be exhausting. So just have to make sure that you're prepared what you're about to see and how fast you can end up making 100 grand. The fastest, we have a record, his name is Gurvinder. He made $400,000 in 90 minutes, right? So there are people out there who make ridiculous amount of money. One guy, Nasdaq fell, he was in a short, fell 1,000 points. $76,000 US, real live account he made, right? So there's tons, but tomorrow will come back. So this is the good picture. Let me tell you the bad picture. I had a guy got involved, did really good at the beginning. Then one day he made $5,000 in one good shot, and then he was very excited. The next day he lost $3,000. All right, now so things are changing. So he then kept losing because he was aggressive trader. Lots of lot sizes weren't configured. Things were, and then he borrowed money from credit card to put more into it. He lost it. And then his wife's credit card, he's lost. So the guy lost well over $50,000, right? Lost his marriage over it. So there are two ends of the spectrum. There are people who are making a killing, then there's people who are ruining their homes over it, right? So here at this institute, we don't tell you just a good and bright and rosy picture. We tell you there are inherent dangers with it if you don't mess up. If your mind messes you up, so you have to be in control, not your mind. Your mind has to be really, really calm. If you made, let's say if you did a click, sometime I have users come here 9:30, 9:36, they're done. It doesn't mean they're gonna sit here until like 23 hours. Office is open till 2. They get up and we tell them, guys, leave. Your target is done. You gotta go home. You're allowed 10 trades a day. And if you did it in 3 trades, go home. Rataz here is leading. And he will really say, hey, kick, Happy does another stream. He will kick people out. Hey, your target is done. Go home. So if you really do not follow, you are going to suffer. I'm telling you up front, because everything has to do with the discipline. And but this is an opportunity. Now, coming back to the bright side, if you're in Canada, and right now the poverty line in Canada is $4,000. If you're not taking home net $4,000 Canadian after taxes, you're below poverty line. That's what the national survey says. In Toronto, to live, you need $4,000. Whether with 1 income, 2 income, 3 income, 5 cents, doesn't matter. However you're doing, if you're making below 4,000, you can't really live in Toronto property because you have to either live in subsidized housing, basement, or sharing. This is what the cost of living is. So let's put a scenario together that a person, because of here, doesn't, a real life scenario. He says, you know what? I'm making a decent income, 4,000 to 5,000 euros per month, and I want to buy a home. Okay, good ambition for whether you're in Canada, you're a graduate. Let's put you in. So like side by side, I will compare 2 individuals, and you have now graduated. You've done your high school, you have done your degree, and you get a job, $80,000. It's a good job. You work at a bank, you work in an IT firm. $80,000 in Canada is reasonable, good job. Trudeau will take about 30% of it after the taxes, HST, GST, corporate tax, income tax. So you're left with 62,000 left if you're single. That works out to $5,000 a month. It's not a lot of money. It looks like a lot, but that's a degree of 4 years. Maybe Conestoga College, maybe you went to Seneca College, but anywhere you start from 34,000 to 80,000 is a good range of number. All right. So how do you get it? Right now, the property average home in Toronto is about $1 million. Where are you going to come up with the down payment? I'm just saying. So how do you come up with a down payment? Because in my trade, they call it trading is rich man's hobby. That's the word they use. Meaning, they used to say, well, if you're not rich, don't get into trading because you're going to lose money. Or you need a lot of money to get into trading. So how do you now plan your life around it? So you're like, all right, I'm a young graduate. I'm 24 years old. I got an $80,000 job. I want to buy in Toronto. It is, unless your parents are leaving you some inheritance or some money or down payment, or you're not going to be able to come up with $50,000 just by working. All right, you can increase. So how do you, what is your goal? $50,000. That was the goal we defined. $50,000 you need in order to put a down payment to a condominium, you can own a property or whatever. So if you want to live rent, it's up to you. Doesn't matter. I don't have any complaints. But let's say you want to save $50,000. Forget about real estate investment or whatever. Your goal that you want to save 50 grand. How would you do this if you have a job? You can add more hours to your work, of course. You can work more, no problem. You can work more. You're working 6 hours. He works 10 hours a day. That's what his contract is. He has to deliver the packages, just like a DHL person. He is given 400 to 500 packages, and 4 to 5, 6,000 is a reasonable salary. It's not a bad salary. Pays the bill, has the kids, everything is fine. But how do you do the savings? So second thing is, I want to become, and I want to add more hours to my work. So you can only practically work only so many hours, and then you're going to be exhausted. You have to give time to your family, to your spouse, to your kids, and then end of the day, a truck driver may just add more loads to it. So whether you're going on the road for 28 days, maybe you want to do 30 days, then you're able to make an extra $7,000 or $8,000 a month saving, put it aside. And then what are you missing? You're missing your family. You're missing your kids grow up. You're missing your spousal time. You're missing your parents, your siblings. So in one way or another, everybody's fighting and looking for something. What are they looking for? I want to have more time to do vacation, more time to do traveling, more time to do my hobbies. Like maybe you want to learn piano and you don't have time. Maybe you want to take a boxing class, an art class. So what this industry does is gives you a little bit of a hope that I can get out of this rat race where I'm working 9 to 5, 5 to 9, 2 shifts, 3 shifts, and I'm able to make a bit of a better life for myself. I'm not saying quit your job, get into trading, but you're like, let's put a realistic goal. I want to save $50,000. Now do your math. In trucking, it used to take maybe 6 months because the routes were good, things were good, and you're like, all right, I think I can put together $12,000 a month in savings in 6 months. But it is very hard work. It's not easy, sir. Just the air brake to reverse it's difficult. If you're in an industry, let's say you're even in real estate, it is difficult to sell homes. People are not closing because of higher interest rate, lower immigration. So real estate agents are having difficulty. You're in accounting. Let's say I have an accountant that charges, let's say, $60 an hour. You can only work so many hours to make your, whatever you do, unless in these days you have a second income somehow coming in. So what do? You add a second income. Your spouse starts to work. So again, you're chasing something, but you're missing the whole point. The biggest commodity in life we have is time. We only have a finite time, by the way, on this planet Earth. Finite means, hey, an average person in Canada lives to 84 years old. That's an average. You can do 80, 86, some go 65, some go 95. So let's put an average of 80 years in Canada. You put it, so maybe 40, 45, 60 years left, and then you're gone, diminished, everybody moves forward. So the whole goal is not to work aggressively in a field that you don't enjoy. Yes, for living, for paying bills, for mortgage, for kids, education, for marriage. You need money, you need a job. But on the side, do something with your life that is able to give you some supplementary income. I'm saying one more thing. If you're impulsive, don't get into trading. If you are emotional, don't get into trading. If you can't control yourself, don't get into trading. You will end up losing time and money. Do something better. Get into affiliate Amazon marketing. Make a vlog. Make a TikTok channel. The guy Ryan's Toys Review has 20 million subscribers. The guy makes $34 million a year just reviewing toys. There's people who do food blogging. There's people who do picture. So there's thousands of ways for you to make money. And trading, I put it number one. Why? Very easy, very fast, very cheap, and then you're able to do a supplementary income. So again, coming back to our goal, you want to do $50,000. So first option was work more. Second option is add a spouse. Third option is let's do a business. If you want to be an electrician in Canada to make a good alignment, it takes about $15,000 for you to become an apprentice, and at least, electrician, roughly average, I could be wrong. It's about 3 to 5 years of work. Then you can do a side business of you are a plumber, you are an electrician, you are like masonry, you can do bricklaying, you can do so lots of good small businesses, but that require time, investment, money, skill, and then you finally get to do something else. In order to save $50,000 in trading, you only need to make $50 per day. And this sounds too good to be true. And I will prove it on the piece of paper. I have examples who have done it. All you need to do is make $50 every day in the trading environment, and you will end up saving 50,000 US dollars in 1 year. It's a 1 year plan. It's not an instant. So I'm just giving you a smaller scale. So you can do 50, 100. So this is your, instead of gambling, putting that $5 towards Lotto 649 and thinking, I have people who play lottery for 30 years, 20 years. And then one day, how much they're doing? They're earning, they're putting $100 towards the lottery. Maybe they're putting, or gambling in a casino. But there are better ways for you to spend your time and your money in online trading. As long as you promise to yourself, I will not become a gambler. So that's a problem, is there's a very thin line between gambling and trading, because that line is your self-discipline, right? So this is kind of, why do I sell my software? It has because a lot of people say, well, you have a great software. Why do you have a need to sell it? It's a genuine question. One of the biggest objection I get online, look at one more guru trying to sell online trading. Just because they don't make enough money on doing trading, they may have it. They are selling the software. At least they're making money. All right. First of all, we don't allow comments on our content, because outside people are very judgmental. You know, it's like you are living in a, कहते हैं कि शीशों के घर में रहते हैं तो लोग पत्थर मार जाते हैं. So what do you do is you ignore the trolls. So I tell everybody, if you have a question about our institution, come and speak to us, come and talk to us, come and see us. Be curious. That is your human right to be curious. Curious means justaju kar kya rahe hain? कीड़ा होता है, लेकिन don't be judgmental. Judgmental means another, उनका खुद चलता नहीं है, सॉफ्टवेयर बेच के हमारे से तो ले रहे हैं, अपना पता नहीं चल रहा है कि नहीं, right? So I always say, always question everything, but don't be judgmental. Yes, come and see us. Hey, Rafay, what the hell, man? Why? Like, hey, we are paying you a monthly fee. What is going on, right? So we will tell you there's a 4 reason for us to sell my software. Number 1, we use our own software to trade every day that we have built. Number 2, when you use our software, we make money. Of course, I'm not denying it. Right? I'm giving you a service. I'm giving you a tool. I'm giving you some privilege. You use it. I need to make money because we built it. So it's a right. So you want to build a table. 2 ways you can do it. Or another thing, you want to go to Niagara Falls. Two examples, analogies are, you want to build a table. 2 ways to do it. Go to Home Depot, buy some lumber and material and nails and a hammer. Okay, you can build a cabinet relatively quickly. But what if somebody says, why don't you use a DeWalt tool or a Milwaukee tool? It will make your drilling easier. So what we did was we built a tool for you that helps you get your trading done better. It's not a tool that's 100%. It's just a better tool for it. So what is a tool? You want to go from here to Niagara Falls. Okay. How do you do that? You can start walking. Literally, you will lose maybe 100,000 calories and you will get there in 3 weeks. If you start walking, you won't need any fuel. You just need personal energy. So why would you want to use a car? Because somebody built a car and then somebody came along, maybe took a helicopter, said, hey, I want to get there. It's faster, it's safer. So what do we call ourselves? We are a software company that has built some very nice tools that help you get into trading much faster and with the proper planning. It's not 100%. There is 0 trader in the world that's 100%. That's just a lie. If somebody says, I take a trade, I'm never wrong, that's wrong. That's just BS, in my opinion. So we have built the tool for you. And the second thing is, if you want to get there, of course, there are many, many thousands of tools available for you. You just search online, TradingView. There's tools that will do RSI, tools that will do MACDs, tools that will do all sorts of calculations for you. But we believe the tool that we have built has the highest probability of prediction. It's not 100%, but for 18 years, we have predicted something. And I'll show you by example some of the tools that our AI software helps you predict what the market will do, what will happen on Tuesday or Wednesday and Thursday. So our software has years of data that we feed into it and then predicts what is the next outcome. I know I'm on a run-on sentence here. Any questions? Any small, big, large?
So one question, how much money you can earn investing $100 US?
100 US dollars, approximately, you can go anywhere from 500 bucks a day, no problem. So there are, I'll explain you in the second round after the tea, how, but the idea is you have to first master the software. The art of entry. You have to know, where do I buy? Where do I sell? Where do I exit? Where's my stop loss? Where's my TP? All these things. I have to give you, first 14 days, 20 hours of videos. Tells you, what is CPI? Just an example. CPI stands for the inflation. What is PPI? What is interest rate? What is unemployment data? All of these things are going to be your building blocks to something great. Earnings will come eventually, probably after 3 months, approximately. In terms of, because first 14 days, you have your own assessment. Is this something I want to do? Is this something I can do? And then you will start to get into the earnings stage.
So this 14 days training, like includes like every day we have to be here?
No. I have users from Australia. I have users from UAE. He is going in Holland. I have from UK, Germany, Niagara Falls. The guy Sunny, he comes from Hamilton. You don't have to be here. This program is virtual and physical. If you have the luxury that you can spare some few hours, you are welcome to come here. You can sit down. We have a capacity of 50 people. You can sit down. But a person who's sitting in UAE has no less advantage than you. Everything is online. All the lectures are online. Every single day, our live stream goes to your home. I have people at work listen to our Zoom. They're like, oh, time to buy. From the phone, they can buy, right? So eventually you will get good at it. Our signals are giving to you virtually. So it's not something, you can do this in part-time. You can do in the
No,
evening.
but let's forget somebody is living in BC.
Yeah, you are welcome. Yeah, no problem. This offer opens at 9 o'clock. First come, first serve. Just bring a chair. Bring a camping chair. All I care, man. Like, we grew from a 10 by 10 room to like a 500 capacity. Right now, we can literally do, I think, 100 people here and about 50 people there. And we're planning to open one more in Brampton. So it's just looking for somebody who can lead the floor, because I am leading the floor over there. Somebody leads the floor over there, tells you the live entries, tells you the analysis. So what we are doing for you is, we're going to give you the software. You're going to use the software. So let me run through of what you will get. So you're like, the next thing is, let's take a look at our superareas.com. So this is your portal. You log in, you create your email, your password. When you sign up, it doesn't cost you anything. All we ask you is your name and phone number. So we can contact you. We have a daily pledge, by the way. Everybody is supposed to read this. I will check the news. I will put my stop loss. I will follow my strategy, not trade randomly. Every day is my first trading day. I will stay disciplined and I will do what I see, not what I think, meaning I will not gamble. So 4 to 5 to 6 trades, good enough for you to make 100 to 200 bucks a day. No problem. So let's log in. So when you sign up right here, you are given, I ask you, what is your country for tax reasons? In Canada, you pay something else. Out of Canada, you pay slightly different, but no taxes, right? Name, phone number, how did you hear about it? And you get started. Once you're done, let's.
Is this about the software?
Sorry?
Is this about the software?
Yeah, this is the software they're giving to you. So I'm going to give you so let me log in. So Let me double check my login here. Where's my seat? Sorry. Quickly check the password. So you're given an access to the portal. We'll install, our team will install everything for you. And I guess actually I changed this. Profile list. Okay. All right, so you're logged in. This is what you're greeted with right here. And first thing you're gonna do is, by the way, this, if you looked at my email, we also own this company. It's a content distribution network. We write software. You have a box at home, an IPTV box at home that transmits some signal. You watch, you paid somebody $10 a month, $12 a month. How the signal gets encoded, decoded, uploaded, transmitted, and converted into HLS or RTMP. So we have a company that does that. So we had I lost weight, he lost popularity. So a bit of a both, where did I can see? There you go. Sorry, so much reflection. Right here. Once you log in, you're given, it says click here for some software training videos. These videos are 20 hours long together. So you click on it and it tells you, last few months ago, I re-recorded everything for only exclusively Indian Pakistani community. And I said, some people don't understand English properly. So we have the lectures done, 4 of them. So if you click on one of these, let's say English video number 3, this video is 2 hours long, 1 hour. Displaying. Maybe it's not volume. So it tells you step by step how to use the software, how to read the software, where to click. Every single thing is given to you. So your job, first of all, is to log in and watch these videos. Some of you may say, I have zero technical knowledge. No problem. I wasn't born with this knowledge. I learned and accumulated knowledge along the way, right? So this is what you have to do, is watch these videos. This is part of the 14-day free program. Once you're done those videos, my team will install a piece of software on your computer called NinjaTrader. You're going to start practicing. After this, I want you to watch this video on how to use Ninja. It says Beginner's Guide to NinjaTrader 8.1. What is a buy limit? What is a buy stop? What is a sell limit? What is a sell stop? What is buy ask, buy bid, sell ask? All these things I have to teach you, right? And I'm going to put this, but here's the best part about all of this. If you want to learn to trade, you can type on Google or YouTube, I want to know futures, trading. One influencer will take you to TradingView. It's the biggest platform out there, everybody. And then they're like, all right, let's pick ES, S&P. That's how everybody starts, S&P. And then they're like, let's show you how to draw support levels, resistance levels, how to do moving averages, exponential moving averages, relative strength index, Bollinger Bands, all of these. So 9 or so items are given to you. And then you're like, all right, now I'm learning if this line matches this line, if this happens, if moving averages for 50-day happens or 100-day or 250-day, it's a good time to buy, good time to sell. Yeah, but these are all technical indicators, right? So then the problem with TradingView is they don't have price action bars. That's a big problem. Meaning in a technicality, you have to learn on how to read price action bars. The price action bars we have put in together in our software. You can learn them. It means where the price moves, you don't care about time, you care about price. So all of these things come with But here's the best part. A person who wants to get into trading, conventional way will take about a year. A year to understand I can do chart reading. What is a chart? What's a value area? What's a pivot point? What is this? We have compressed the whole knowledge into 20 hours. It's not like you're gonna take that 20 hours pill and you'll come out a trader. What if that means after drawing zero line, when the software is ready for you? Let me bring you one piece of software. Looks like this. This is a piece of software. It's a charting software. It's done on NinjaTrader. You're able to use our software to predict what the market will do in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, next 30 seconds. And if you follow the strategies that we give you, what's the strategy? Simple. Price touches this line, buy. That's all you have to do. Literally, that's all. We are taking care of everything else. We have every type of a user who wants to just make it $50 a day. And I have users who is very advanced in trading view. They know everything. They can use, I have given you 8 charts at the bottom. So you pick how much load you want to take on.
How much risk?
Not a risk. It's how much load. The risk stays the same for everybody. A person who is very experienced, his risk is the same with the strategies than yours. Idea is he may know how to do a DCA, dollar cost average, better. You may not know. So certain things we don't introduce to beginners. Things like OCO, one cancel on another. So for a very beginner, so I coming back to this goal, $50,000 a year is my goal. How can I achieve that? Working for somebody else, or saving, or spousal work, or a business? If you are already in, some users are saying, I'm gonna come in, I'll see if trading works for me. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it some time. But do you do any other business in life just to try? Like, if imagine you open up a restaurant and you'll see, let's see, it's a $250,000 investment. We'll see how it goes. All right, you will enter, let's say, York University in a program of marketing. Will you say, let's see how it goes? I will try. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, why? I don't know. Traders come in with this mentality that I'll try it. I'll try it. If I pass, I pass. Well, otherwise, I'll go back to my rat race out there. Idea is this whole trading business, you have to consider it a business. That, hey, I am coming in with a clear mindset. I have a vision. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm going to put my stop loss. I'm here to learn, and I will give it my 110%. There has to be enough energy given to something to be able to find out it worked for me or did it. If you interviewed any of the 12,000 students who have graduated, some have left, some were back in 2008, some move on, some trade, some are still trading after 18 years. The ones that left, if I ask them, let's sit down with me, why did you quit? And I can, in software, we call something called RCA, root cause analysis. If I extract that out, Paji overtrading ho rahi hai, Paji gambling ho rahi hai, Paji account ja rahe ne, mere kol nahi reh janda, ufar market main $20 lana. Every single one of them is coming back saying, hey, we're not blaming the software. Software is good. It's good. It's a good tool. But what happens is computer is telling you, if this turns red, get out of your trade. Damn it, get out of your trade. It's not going in your favor. Midband has changed color. Hit close. Minus 100, minus 200, minus 300, minus 400. They're sitting, and the account is gone. And then they're like, oh, software doesn't work. I've given you a stop loss, 3.5 points. If you hit 3.5, get out. Daniel, in lecture 1, this color changes, you're getting out. Like this is a retracement, divergent RSI trade. I can see it right here. You enter here, you get out here, that's $50. $50. So what happens is you enter once, you make your $50. Let's go in for another trade. So psychology is more important, discipline is more important in winning a trade or losing a trade. So I put a plan for him. I said, all right, what's your goal? He says 50,000. How can I do it? So I said, let's open up 5 accounts for him. So we selected a company called Take Profit. We selected a company called Bullnox. We selected a company called Day Traders and a company called Perdia Capital. So he bought 5 accounts. Now he's trading. His daily goal is $25 to $50 a day. And you know how easy that is? If you close your eyes, hit my MNQ, you can make $25 a day literally by just standing there. It's not that bad. That where it gets a bit difficult is if you are waiting for an area or a mid-band, but generally making $20 on gold or so. But when you have 10 accounts linked together, $25 a day per day, Take Profit, Bullnox, $20 a day adds up to $200 a day because you have 10 account links. $200 a day adds up to what? $1,000 a week. 1,000 a week is 5 days of trading. 1,000 a week turns into 4,000 a month. 4,000 a month times 12 is 48,000. Hence, we arrive at a number of $20 a day. We're not asking you to make hundreds of dollars a day. We're asking you take 2 micros, MNQ, 2 MES, 2 MGC, 2 MCL. Use the software that we give you. I have people who make, again, $200 to $300 on 1 account. If they take 10 accounts, that's $2,000. And the whole replication is the same, right? But the idea is that you have to go slow and go small. Majority of the people, yes.
So the question is, if the background is green at the HL, like higher low, I just bought, okay? And now the magenta color is coming in the background here, yeah.
Yes.
So because before that, I was just thinking that it will go up.
Yeah,
okay?
it went against you.
Yeah. So once the color has been shown up,
Yes.
the magenta color, just right now, I sell it.
You close the trade.
Yeah, I close the trade. So it would be like 0?
No,
like
no, no.
0 profit?
First, to answer your question in 2 segments, we'll cover the technical part after the break, the full technical. I'm just covering up because I have a lot more guys who are coming into, because you're enrolled in our program now, right? So I'll show you where is the best case scenario to take a trade on ES on a mid-band, and which one will fail and which one probability is less to put at your stop loss, right? So, but so for any other general question, so what will happen is you will get the software, you will get the videos, you got to start watching the videos. Now, don't say I got you a free trial and sir, I didn't get a chance, I was so busy. It means your priorities are not straight. We don't, yes.
What is the minimum threshold to get a funded?
Minimum you can buy these days for $15.
You buy an account,
An account.
and then how much funding?
I will explain right because that's a full segment because I have to cover funded accounts. So around 2:30, yes.
So in traditional trading view,
Yes.
is the charts don't look like the traders
Yeah.
candles.
So they are called Japanese candles.
They're called Japanese.
Yes.
So what are these candles?
These are called price actions.
So you can't find this on TradingView?
No, you can't do price action on TradingView. They are called Renko bars. So Renko bars are good for meta, good for trade. You may find somewhat version of it, but they are primarily we use Ninja Trader. Now Ninja Trader is a free platform. I didn't make it. By the way, I have to make a clear disclaimer here. I didn't invent any of this. I'm not the maker. This is math. If I say, well, I made a calculator, yes, I didn't invent math, meaning these 2 lines you see are called relative strength index. Kind of tells you pressure if the thing is overbought or oversold. It is a mathematical concept. I didn't make it. The lines you see are moving averages, and inside them is Bollinger Bands. Both are not made by me. They're mathematical concepts. These are called trend lines, night highs, night lows, Renko bars. nothing is in my software is invented by me. So if I take a credit, that's wrong. What I did was I put it all together. I said, what does a trader need in order to trade effectively? So he brought up a great example. A person brand new to trading generally jumps on TradingView. It's a free platform. And then they start to observe time-based candles. And then they start to add some technical indicators. RSI, Bollinger Band, moving averages, exponential moving averages. There's so many like SMAs, things like that. And then what is all, then you follow one influencer who's good at teaching, hey, if RSI is at 99% on Nasdaq, you hit a sell. And then so you can connect all of this to TradingView except the Renko bars. So Renko bars are good for beginners to understand how price moves. So to answer your questions technically, let's figure out, this is a 1 minute candle. Could be a 5 minute, could be a 10 minute, could be 15 minutes, could be 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, doesn't matter. It's a candle. So of course you have a open, close, highs and lows. This is what you're taught. This is how Japanese candles look like. Now you can extend the time frame to anything you like. What we thought would be cool to give you what is happening inside this candle. Where is the price moving? Is it going up, going down? Which way it's moving? And that zooming works good with Renko bars because we want to know from price to price rather than time to time. Yes, if you look at our charts, we give you 8. We give you 30 minutes, we give you 60 minutes, we give you 240, and we give you 1440. So our software gives you a daily chart, 6-hour chart, 60 minutes. So that's all there too. However, then we go in 2 steps inside and say, what is happening inside a 5-minute candle? What is happening inside a 1 minute candle? Because the candle is just a next bar, next bar, next bar. So we said, no, I want to see how price is moving rather than, so inner circle trade, different names for it. We call it price action from price hit. So our bars on these 2 charts don't move until price moves. So it can be sitting on 1 candle for half an hour if the price is not moving. So in the price action bars are good for beginners to understand, hey, the price go from here to here, how much points it moved? It went from here to here, from here to here. All these is, we kind of zoomed inside it and extracted it. And then we said, what is inside the pressures? What's the volume, order flow, all these things technically. And we started to plot it. If I take a credit for it, no, it's a mathematical concept. Anybody can plot it. But what we said is, how can I give this a person who has 0 knowledge, never has traded before? I have to come up with a creative way because not everybody is on the same intellectual path. Some are fast learners. If you put somebody in front of a car, they can figure out the mechanics of it, the engine, the transmission. You can show me a car, I wouldn't know where the things are, because that's just not my interest. How you pick up some people, you put in front of a computer, they can put a computer, that's my RAM, that's 400 DDR, with like all of these things. They're good at it because they have they like it. Some users. So the program that we built is, again, coming back to the question, why do we do the software? So when we use the software, we make money. When you use our software, I make money. I lease you. You want to use a tool? Good for you. You don't want to use a tool? Go, man, do it the hard work. If you can, all these tools are free, by the way, on YouTube. Good luck. There's nothing, no hard feelings. Nothing here is I have created. But we can help you put together. Number 3 was, when you use our software, we collect some data. Okay? So when Ninja connects to the server and 20,000 users have using our software, we can pull together a lot of data. We don't know your account balance, by the way, disclaimer. I don't know how much money you're making. I don't care how much money you're losing. I don't care a lot. So what we have is a crowd network of 20,000 users who is giving the live feedback. All right, what is this? So with so much crowdfunding and crowd analysis, we can put up some numbers, and I'll show you what that means. So that's one part of it, and let's take a look at. I'm going to show you this. All right. This is Nasdaq. Most fastest after crypto, the fastest index equities indices in the world. Okay. These are some numbers. Some numbers that help us figure out some key values we call support and resistance. Some users, we have 14 ways, by the way, that you can use our software to take an entry. Some users take an entry on mid-band, some take it on RSI, some take it on divergence, some take it on retracement divergence. Those are scalping. What is a scalper? Scalper is goes in the market, 30 seconds later gets out of the market. Goes in, $50, come out. $10, come out. $20, that's called a scalping method. You're just going in, grabbing your food, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever you got. 2 micros, 2 MES, 2 MNQ, 2 MGC, 2 MCL, got out $25, I'm done my trade. Then there are people who are trading distance to distance. They're not in there to trade $50, $100. They're doing position trading. They want to know if the market has fallen due to Donald Trump's tariff, what is the support? What is the resistance? How far can it go down? How far can it go up? So our algorithm is collecting this data and predicting precisely. So every single day, our computer says, this is, by the way, Friday. This is Friday. That's Thursday. Friday is yesterday. Market is closed due to Good Friday. So this is like Nasdaq all-time high has been 22,450 for the futures contract. This is the value. So Thursday, April 17, our computer looked at it. All right, what was the night session high? What was the night session low? What was the European session, Asia session? And it says exactly at Thursday, 8:49 a.m. in the morning, our computer predicted something. First of all, we have a claim. We will never pull back our own predictions. Our predictions are good for 24 hours. So in the morning, we are so confident. We have 18 years of data, by the way. This is not a company that just got formed. I'm new. I'm into futures 4 years. So if you go back, just this sheet alone goes back to, I think, June of 2026, almost like 3-4 months, and will be in 1 year thing. So our computer, AI function, it's a Python script that we have written, and it feeds some data. It looks at it, it's a mathematical function. What is a function in math? To compute something, right? So the idea is it takes some values and it takes our parameters. Is news today? Is FOMC today? Is CPI today? Is PPI today? Do we have any magnificent 8 earnings or not? Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Google, Nvidia, Meta, all these things. Okay, no, then it will say, boom, I'm giving you 8 support and resistance numbers. ChatGPT can do this for you, but their accuracy is slightly lower than ours. You can ask ChatGPT, you can feed it an Excel file and say, all right, give me what could be the prediction for today. AI is but this is where the 4 data analysts come in every morning at exactly 8:30. They look at it. Computer gave us some values. Let's see, based on, because human is still better than computer. And then, so Thursday, April 17, market can do 2 things every day. Market can go up or down or straight consolidation. So we have a number. Let's say here is a number. Here is it. So computer every single day, last 18 years, for 10 markets, S&P, Dow, Russell, gold, crude oil, natural gas, can say, I can go up or I can, because computer, remember, doesn't know what will happen in the market. It knows both direction, up or down. However, our computer model says, algorithm says, if Nasdaq was to fall down, or go up, it can go up to this level, and it must swing down. The word is called retrace. The word is called pullback. So it can go, yes, it can go, and then from this level, it must bounce maybe 5 points, maybe 10 points, maybe 15 points. So these are called areas, zones, levels, support and resistance. You can call them whatever, Fibonacci retracement levels, doesn't matter. However, every single day, our computer will predict some numbers. And here is our challenge. We are accurate more than 90% of the time. It's not 100%, it's not 99. What we can say is, when you become our member, test it. So what a lot of guys do online is they belong to a signal group. Oh, I sit inside this group and the guy sends me the signal and he says, Nasdaq is gonna bounce from here and Nasdaq is gonna do this and I'm paying him 25 bucks a month and I'm happy. Good for you. We have to teach you, how do these numbers come up? Where is that guy getting the signal from? Which chart and which line they're reading to come with? Maybe it's the bottom of the value area, which is the 70% of yesterday's value gap, fair value. So all of these things are included inside. So not only we give you the software, not only we give you the floor, not only we give you the coaching, we give you 15 markets. You can look at our Bitcoin levels. You can look at our silver levels, crude oil levels. Most people are just stuck inside gold, Nasdaq, Russell, Dow. Yes, you're fine. So go and check Thursday's level. Market fell. Market open and then fall and fall. Check where it bounced from. Now, these numbers were given to you at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we are not changing that number just because we think, once we predict and our computer maps out these numbers, we don't change. Because that's what my accuracy and my algorithm and my secret sauce is. How do we come up with these numbers? And we can share this Google Sheet with you, no problem. You can go nuts trying to figure it out. But you can say, hey, if it fell to 310 to 360, it must bounce. That's how the algorithm predicts. And then anybody who took a long trade from 310, Aji 20 point done, 15 point done, 25 point done, 15, 8 point कितने का $20 का 10 point लिया $200 लेके एक trade डाला खत्म. Aji ES hit the area. Nasdaq, I post on status. I'm like, I took 4 points, 5 points. So primarily, we at the beginning, we teach you how to go in and trade and get out of a trade. We call it get in, get it done, get out. You're not staying long. 20 seconds. You hit 310, you put a stop loss at 35 points in case this is wrong. Of course, we're saying, what if it doesn't stop at 310? It keeps falling. So we have to give you some stop losses. We have to teach you at a certain value, if it drops below it, cannot cut your trade. It's a computer. It doesn't know. You know what happened exactly? When the Donald Trump wrote, time to buy, 1 o'clock, he said, pump, market shot up 2,000 points. Let's come back to this right here, man. We have a data for everything. That day, market shot up 2188 in a single day. It's a historical event, hasn't happened ever again before. So we were like, what happened? So that's full pump and dump. Like the guy says, just buy. His billionaire friends got richer, and then exactly next morning they dumped everything and the price came down collapsing, right? So at that time, nothing you can do, not even a software can predict what Mr. Trump will say. And we said, hey, it shot up to, what was the number, 19,388, and our number had predicted 18,500. And then they're like, man, this is something beyond anybody's control. You have geopolitical issues, price can do anything. Now, where do these numbers come up with, by the way? Open up your temperature app, or sorry, weather app, and anyway, so open up your weather app and look at the weather of next Saturday. So if I were to do it, what is my weather on next Saturday? Is it is showing it's 5 degrees Celsius low. It is 18 degrees Celsius high, and chances of rain. That's called the weather prediction modeling. So how do they do it? They look at some wind pressure, historical data, temperature, some all these things. I'm not a meteorologist, and they put a prediction. It doesn't mean it will happen 100%, but it gives you an estimate. So just like that, we have a prediction every day. Monday to Thursday, 15 markets, Friday, and we do 10 markets. We do give you S&P 500, Nasdaq, Russell, Dow, crude oil, natural gas, and then we give you Bitcoin, silver, copper, and 3 forex pairs: 6C, Canadian USD, 6B, British pound to USD, and 6E, euro to USD. And then 2 cryptos, Ethereum, and so you can go nuts. And this is where you will get drowned. You will drown, because what will happen is, I want to test this. Oh, this is like a buffet, and you will eat everything, and then you'll get sick, and then you're going to say nothing is working. So what we ask you, pick one thing, and because the reason is I have to develop this for somebody who has never ever traded. The simplicity has to be there. Like, that's why American products like Apple do well. Simple. A person needs to text, call, maybe use Facebook or a camera. And Samsung's like, we got quad core and we got DDR. They're like, nobody cares. How? On my mom, phone, text, maybe email, not even. I want to take a photo. That's it. That all, like, for how many years it has been the same design. Because why? People love it. They don't want to change. It's simple. I can click. So we want to keep it same way. A person, I have a 75-year-old person here, takes out a payout because they're like, "Hi, man, this is saying green." But if you are going to be technical, we are going to be double technical with you. You say, "Hey, can you map a retracement divergence?" Yes, I will tell you what a retracement divergence is. When the moving averages and your price action doesn't. So we don't take us lightly that we don't know the advanced topics. We just don't discuss this on a everyday to-day basis. Now, your goal is, I want to make money. All right, pick MES, micro S&P 500. Take a funded account. Take $20 to $50 a day, and then you'll be fine.
So my target is $200 per day.
Sorry?
200 per day.
So your target is 200. Give yourself 3 months. 3 months of vigorous training, not vigorous as in exhausting, as in you will get tired. I want you to be able to fix. If I ask you on this software, just let me ask, for example, can you pinpoint what a mid-band is? I teach you, right? Can you tell me what a mid-band is? It's a very basic question. And if you're able to answer it, you're done. It's a line that's going through the middle. That's called the mid-band, right? Once you see those videos and lectures, you'll find it relatively easy in order to account. So forget about making the dollars. So learning comes first, and then you will have the earning portion of it. Because the earning is the byproduct. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. My son, 18-year-old, just turned 18 January 2nd. For last year, he's been watching me, how things are. And he's like, all right, I'm going to do a funded program. And he did it. And then ended up blowing his PAs too, right? And then finally, after a couple of attempts, he cleared his per diem yesterday. And asked them, so he picked up one method. So we have 14 methods for you, by the way. In the software, we tell you, hey, you can do RSI, you can do every, like 14 methods you want to do. support and resistance, you want to do night session, you want to do swing retrace. You can learn them all. It's okay. A good trader knows them all. Where to use what weaponry is good. Maybe this is good for $400 a day, but the swing retrace extension is good for $50 a day, right? So, but he says, you know what? I'm only going to do M and Q, and I'm going to do per dia $1,500, and he did it with 3 micros. Every time price came to support, he bought it. Every time price went to resistance, he sold it. And he showed me his chart. $300, $200, $500. Biggest day was, I think, 600. And in about 14 days or so, he passed his per dia challenge, got funded, and he was proud. And he's like, you know what? I don't care whatever got handed to me as a son, but my net worth is $1,500. And he was like, man, I'm a proud owner of $1,500. Why? He did it himself, right? So I have a 9-year-old comes here. Just by listening, he can repeat, oh, what is an EA? What is a PA? What is 5 o'clock news? What is CPI? What is all of these things? I just wish I got him when I did futures when I was 18, because futures until at least 2 to 3 years ago were very costly. Meaning that if you did not have your own money, funded accounts weren't possible. Mostly people were doing funded account, FTMO, with CFDs, and they were difficult to read. But with futures being Apex for $15, Bullnox for $15, a lot of people got into futures now. So now, yes.
The question is, which methods you prefer or suggest to the beginners?
Beginners
must know. Must know.
Mid-band, swing retrace extension. These two, good enough. If you look at my 20 hours of videos, Daniel only touches one lecture. Mid-band. Green to buy, red to sell. Green to buy, red to sell. Color change, exit. He's going to engrave that in your head so much. Have you watched those videos? Anywhere else he mention anything else? No, right? He just says mid-band, green to buy, red to sell. If color change, exit. That's it. So what I do is I take his levels, I take his course, and I kind of break it down as an easy to chew thing. It's a difficult medicine, right, to take and learn. I still remember, I've been trading, like I said, for 20 years, but retracement divergence or divergence is a very difficult math concept to grasp. Meaning that your price versus action versus your other things are not matching. So now I can plot divergence. I can look at humans and I can say there's a divergence between if your height. So I'll tell you what a divergence is. Anytime when you have a conflict between two things, it's called divergence. Convergence is when they're agreeing together. So if my son is standing, he's 6'4", but he's 18. I am 45, but I'm 6 foot. So my height and age is not matching. His height is 6'4" and age 18. My height is 6 feet, but age 45. So we are in divergence. So you can say, all right, there's a height and there is an age problem. So when you have a price and a moving averaging price, has a convergence or divergence issue, mostly things are in convergence, but when you have a divergence, so let's not complicate things. After the break, I will tell you the moment you see SRES and you start taking 30-20 bottom of the bar, these are your best trades to go along. These are your easiest trades. Any question while we take a 10-minute break and then regroup together? So we'll do this at maybe 3:05, and then tea and some snacks are in there. And please, any questions? How do these accounts work? How much money I need? I have myself, we have Fahad, we have Murtad. By the way, the person, if you want to stand out for 2 seconds, he's the guy who's gonna lead this floor. His name is Murtaz. He's expert in EAs, PAs, per dia, Bullnox, FTMO. You have a question in our team. He's the 4th guy in line. We have Daniel, we have me, then we have Happy, we have Murtaz, we have Jay, we have Vikram, we have Majid Bhai, right? So in terms of leading the floor, this floor is led by him, and you can come and listen to, pick his brains out one-on-one or in person. We can definitely help you. So let's 15 minutes later, we will reunite and then I'll start answering your specific questions. Thank you.
अभी आपने क्लास 3 ले ली और आपने What was that, 540? Okay, the neighbor sold for 1137, then someone else listed sold for 1060 2 days later. He got it. Yeah. Sold for 1137, and then another neighbor sold 9,000 last 2 days later. And then another neighbor listed for 25,000. 1060.
I don't know what these guys are doing. Tripping, they drop the market value at 100,000. You want something for the first one. One other one. Without that one. Yeah. That's scary. That's scary. I don't want to. That's no. So then, but the other two, like the one that sold for 1060, it doesn't have a base. Like even if that's 50 grand for the base, yeah, right? And then let's say 30 grand of base. Usually the one that sold for the higher base. Yeah. So many. Bro, so anyways, like all these guys I was trying to, like I'm gonna sell for 12, but then obviously I'll be able to give you a discount. Like even if they take it for like 150, I'd be laughing. Because I don't have yeah, 1500, 1.5, 1.6, 1.5, 1.6 was peak. It's so sad, bro. I just threw away like. That sounds the same. The house is like that's the feature wall. I told these guys that they want to buy it. This is a little bit. It looks a little bit nicer now. Yeah, it looks more open. It has an arch, like mine has a balcony, like wall to wall. Yeah, one corner. Yeah, but then it also takes away from some of their shit. I know, but and then upstairs they have 3 bedrooms and it's it's considered 4 bedroom, but they have 3 bedrooms and like a whole but then you see the basement, it's like I'm just on sound or anything. Is it smaller or like it wasn't made apartment? Like you see that's a small fridge, a small in the corner. Yeah, but it's bright. They have enough lighting. Is your basement with 100 windows? No. It's the same size, yeah, but it's just bright. Like they just took pictures like that. They put a flash in, an external flash. Oh, yeah, you see my pictures. My pictures on. You go, wait, I thought you did my old pictures. But then look at this one. I think they got one. I think their house is nice. I'm not successful with yours. Yeah, like look at this one. So, this one just, I'm really annoyed. This guy sold for I don't know, that's same picture, the same list for 1070. List for 11. This is all basic, right? That's all basic and basement's not finished. She sold for 1060. And then same thing listed with the sidewalk in front for 1075. They're probably aiming for 1060. No, I think that like they're still dumb. They should have listed sold for at least. Oh, they could have. Oh, I got locked out. Look, these houses are gonna shoot up. Yeah, no, I agree. You also have that? Sorry. Omar, what's it here? What would impact what it's starting well, like I think even if they give me like 11:30, what? Access friends, parents. They don't own a house, they don't want private one. Because I would have paid like 30 grand in commission. Right, so if they take it for 11:30, I'd still be selling for 11:60. somehow. And I don't sell it. I keep for 2 years. Because there's no way past 2027 like this. It's gotta be. Suppose it's 2025.
Next year, for sure.
I think we don't even know what I mean. I think like December.
That's why I'm giving you 2008 example, right? 2008 housing market crash, lowest month or whatever, lowest price action is at figures out.
Yeah, so it crashed. What?
Let's say crash, that was like 3 or 4. That was
It crashed when 2022 was the peak. It crashed 2020. Like the end of that year. It started going down. No, I see. Counter market crash. I think but you know what you anticipated? So there's price out for this. As a realtor, you'll see that they are, right? Because they're offering incentives that if you were selling resale, you'll see the incentive around $100,000 discount when you're buying. But their price point stays the same, but they're offering incentives to decrease the purchase price. Right?
I disagree because
They can't. They can't. You know why they can't? You know why they can't? You know why they can't? And they're making why? Because they've already sold certain units for a high, right? So if they decrease, then they're not. You know, look at new projects. They're lower. Yeah, the price is lower. In my neighborhood, phase 3 is coming out.
No, this is mine.
Yeah, but phase 3 is lower than phase 1. Phase 1 at the time was selling 1.8.
I just come on.
so
Okay.
phase 1 is not the 1.8.
Not so they're launching a low 2. Okay, that's 5, 6, 7 years old. So that look at the time value is money. Yeah. It's the same price. I'd say it's the same price.
If we could predict the market, we would
Right? We're walking away from yeah, those aren't do you think in 2011 losses or do you think it's the opportunity? Do you think it will like go back in 2011 and lose or do losses?
How I
If it just doesn't sell, Yeah, briefs, but I don't think it's about.
You can put the chair.
My job is
आपको तो स्कूल से बना होगा तो अभी एक दफा हो रहा है हो गया सॉरी यार
नहीं सर वो मैं लिखने जैसे बोला बस आगे I'm gonna make one guy slightly famous. I know I used Shamim Saab for the longest time. Now we have a new guy in town, right? So the guy managed to make $2,000 in a day. His name is Jetin, right? Round of applause. So he joined us 4 months ago. Yeah, mid of January. Yeah. Have a seat. So 4 months ago, he was, and then he took on take profit and the market he does. You can of course have him one-on-one. He owes us that much to help our students. We don't ask for anything. That we have Sunny who got a payout. We got Shamim. So we got so many J's coming as well. Murtaz is here. So he's like, I want to do MMQ. MES is too slow for me. Just so before I go into the, so he took on a challenge with a company called, first he did Apex, got his payouts. Then we asked him to invest money into take profit. 3 accounts with a and now consistently, knock on wood, not to, just of course, the biggest day, a single biggest day has been $3,800 in one day. So right where he did was because the take profit, he traded the news, and the news was a good news when the bond market rates were coming out, and then he was in the right direction, and take profit paid him, right? So this is one example of 4 months ago, and now I posted his status, he comes online, and he only trades support and resistance. He doesn't trade MES, MGC, MC, MNQ, 3 lots, 4 lots, 5 lots? 5 lots. 5 lots. 5 lots. So 5 lots maximum, and then he lets it push up, and then he would say, all right, sir, I'm done my, 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, something like that, in the range of these points. I think we got to turn one camera on. Sorry. Let's do the other one. So we just lost the feed here. Yeah, we're good. Let's zoom out side. Oh, yeah, that's good. So, sorry. So this is one of those examples 4, 5, 6 months ago. Things were looking different, and then they came consistently. He doesn't come into the office if he likes. So he's one of those guys now has got his hands on how the support and resistance level works. So this is the number he took. I think on Friday you took 310. Sorry, Thursday. 310 लिया थे 310. So bought it at 310, got out, got
35.
35 points he got. So again, master one thing, master one thing in terms of your entries. And I'll come to, before I move into the whole funded segment, any questions? Any questions? Okay, everybody's clear. So what is a funded account? So before, so let's imagine, fast forward yourself, 14-day trial is done, and you want to go ahead and you say, I want to earn some money. Before you earn your money, we give you a test. A test costs $15, $29, $33, $50 maximum. It's a test of a capital, a company out there called Legends, Bullnox, Apex, Perdia. They will like to test your performance if you're able to trade. Why do they do that? They're looking for traders. There's a lot of capital sitting in the world. There is a lot of money sitting on the table. They don't have traders. So they're looking, but they want to test your ability, that if this person can take not emotional trades, because 7 days they will test you, your ability, and then they'll give you, so they charge you how much? $50. Let's assume, and they'll give you a target of 25,000 and 1,500. All you have to do is in 30 days, show them you can make $1,500. That's it. If you're able to do it, they will qualify you. If you're not, you go back. But instead of risking your own 1,500, this is one advantage for you to go ahead and this is a low-cost way of learning to trade. If you put your own 1,500 bucks, I swear to God, and you lost it, you will never trade again. Because you're gonna say, man, this is too hot for me. I better do something else with my money. And then it doesn't matter. It's a software issues. It's whatever the issues would be. It is. So even if you fail, I always like to say, you fail 50 times 10, $500, you're out. If you fail an exam 10 times, you're still better off rather than investing your own money, because how much money technically you have lost? 1,500 times 10, $15,000 you have lost to try to attempt something. So if you even lose 4 PAs, you're still better off, meaning in terms of, that's the round 2 on how this works. So your goal would be 14-day trial. So this is the roadmap we put together. 14-day trial, at least 2 to 3 months of simulated trading. Simulating means आपके real पैसे नहीं, funded account or anything. Demo account, right? So you will go in, keep adding a new ninja. Like Daniel used to say, 3 months. By the way, all of you guys are a very lucky batch. 5 years ago, there was no such thing as a funded account for Ninja. So everybody who graduated had, with Ninja 7, had to put in your own money, $500, minimum $1,500 or $2,000. And every trade, I still remember the old days, before you took a trade, your knees were shaking because you were like, what if this mid-band doesn't work? Am I going to lose true $87? What if this area doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? So fast forward to now, hey, you can experiment a lot on a low cost effective way. So funded account is costing you around $40 to $50. Then you will test it. So give yourself 90 days, then we'll put you in a funded program, and then you'll be able to pass the exam, go to stage 2, 3, and then put an income together. So if you, after 3 months, so yes, like I said, my brother here, from coming from Holland to learn, and I put a business plan for him. And me and Jay discussed. I'm like, what can I give him? He's like, let's do this way, let's do this way. So Jay's right here. He's the guy. I know he's eager to meet you. He's like, man, I want to see the guy who makes $1,000 a day. Right? So that's him, by the way. So I'm going to give his example. He sent a message a bit private, and he said, it doesn't like this money belongs to me. And I went and I took a screenshot of when he joined. He joined us January 16th, 2024. एक साल हो गया. And then I asked him, and he took first 2 sessions with Happy. And then I fast forward 15 months he's been. I'm like, every single dollar you're making belongs to you because you have spent 15 months. And you know what I feel proud of? When a student says, look, took advantage of retracement diversion. I took advantage of divergence. I took advantage of Nasdaq. I took advantage of gold. Like, so makes us proud that our teaching is actually helping. Like on Friday, I didn't ask him to take a trade. I said, wait for expected low. But he's like, I'm going in. He took the risk. He took the reward. But he knows how to put a stop loss, how to put a TP. So, and maximum 5 microns. Right? So eventually, but that day, that was a bit of a luck where he got with $1,900 super. So, any question on funded? And then we'll go in natural question and answer format. That's better. Aap theek hai sir? Sahi ja raha hai? Very good. He's the one who recommended, ask everybody to do yoga because that helps you with your breathing. I had a person who was shaking, literally, with the putting a hand or he's like, man, put him through yoga. It helps me. He does the classes. It's more, breathing exercise because your legs shouldn't be shaking. You should be non-emotional. ठीक है यार, यहाँ से trade लेंगे. ये मेरा stop loss है. ये मेरा TP है. Done. And he was one of the first guy to get the biggest payout from Apex. And age doesn't matter. 74. 76. There you go. So age doesn't matter. From 18 to 76, we have every breed, race, kind, gender in between, right? So idea is, but he went through, he wasn't that lucky. At that time, there were no funded accounts. So he took a real GFF $1,500 and we had to practice him on a real account. And every trade was difficult to take a trade. But then funded came, and then Apex came, and then micro transition, and we have evolved a lot along with you guys. That hey, we have made our processes better and things like that. Please, if you're struggling, come to this office, spare some time, sit down with Murtaz. Like he's one guy. Like if over there, my coaching is slightly more technical, right? Because I have expected everybody to finish Daniel's lecture, but here. It's a little bit of a basic version. Like I think he's been here for about 3 months and we had one losing day. I think one where the market didn't respect an area. The majority, like what is the target? 100 to 200. And he's like, मैं सारों का computer बंद करा देता हूँ. ये नहीं है कि आप बैठे हुए हैं जी बैठे हैं. 200 बन गया वो entry देने छोड़ देगा आपको, right? So, this is the area, this is the stop loss. So this is how you're supposed to do, right? So, I don't know how many of you attend here. I'm generally over there, right? So, any questions? I'm looking for questions.
Is this income taxable?
100% taxable. Trudeau, I have to put you through a humor. You see, there's a thing that says you're going to die. 2 things in life will happen. Every one of us will die, and every one of us will pay taxes. That's 100%. There's nothing, because Trudeau will come after you for 30%. So, if you breathe, like for example, if I take this bottle of water and it's related to trading, I'm writing this off. So you start writing off everything. You're like, this home has 400 square feet and I'm sitting here trading, that's my office. This car that I traveled here, that's my office expense. So you have to start collecting receipts and saying to Trudeau, hey, this is expense. Otherwise, it's day trading income. It's not capital gain. You have to pay. But here's the good news. Right now, US dollars is 140. Just think if you made $100, just think you got 100 Canadian, right? So that's kind of to feed you that, hey, I made 100, I made 100 Canadian, right? So that's the taxes question.
That's regardless if you have a corporation or not.
Doesn't matter. You can claim more taxes, your laptop, your subscription, your air, your fuel, your 407, your car. Start writing everything. You breathe, write it off, man. Hey, I breath. I like to get breath, right? So quick question.
In initially how many accounts we can get, like EA accounts?
This many. They want you to get hundreds account. They want you to get a copier, so you'll be failing 5 times faster. Get one, do one, get into one EA, one PA. Copier stage will come in when you have a bit of an experience. Copier is, what is a copier? You can copy trade across multiple firms. I know one user has 80 accounts. 80 accounts. Apex is 20, Legends is 10, Perdia is 1. We're up to 31. Bullnox is 3, 34. Take profit is 5. We're up to 36. Tick Trader has 5. 5 या 3? ये देते नहीं है. Oh, it's 5. 5 to the Tick Trader is 3. 3. So 39. Tradeify has 7. So that's Bullnox. I added 3. Day Trader has 5. So if you took all these accounts, I don't know how, unless you're Jay, you're not doing this. I'm just saying that. In order to manage these many accounts with the consistently, a healthy number of accounts is about 10. 10 accounts. So what a business plan I put together for him was, let's put 1 per dia. So what was the cost? $750. He got a 3 ton. Yeah.
What is per dia?
It's a firm. So all these names I'm taking: Apex, Legend, Perdia, Bullnox, Take Profit. These are firms who are giving you capital. And the company that I'm about to present, because everybody asked for a demand, please use Take Profit if you are an experienced trader. Take Profit, I will give you a full, so Take Profit. So the code is there, you can use it, get your discount. It will cost you $105. If you know how to trade now, you know how to take an entry, you know what a mid-band is, you know where to buy, where to sell, where my stop loss, and you've gone through all the emotional roller coaster. एक PL lose हो जाए ना, बंदा कंबल लेके सो जाता है कि यार PA चला गया. Seriously, this I've gone through it. I've lost EAs, PAs, right? So because you're like back to square one, 99 पे 10 लग गया, 0 पे उस दिन आपका ये हो गया था, 30 साल रह गए थे. So you spend $105. They open up an account, 25,000, and they give you $1,500. What is your target? Why do I promote this right now? Is because over the years, as new companies come, my last year's lectures were all Apex. Then Legends came. Then Bullnox came. Now I'm pushing Take Profit. Why? They have a deal going on right now. If you pass this in 30 days, there's no PA fees. So what are the conditions, please? Number 1, complete, make $1,500. Number 2, don't lose $1,500. Number 3, close your trade at 4:30 every day. Number 4, don't make more than, keep it less than 750 in a day. And number 5, 5 days. So these are the conditions. If you pass this, just like Legends or Bullnox, round 2 is no fees. So whether you want to do an EA, you can do attempt and you can do it the same way. So if you manage to pass, you have a lifetime account. So 105 is really a steal for a 2. So why do I like them? They have something called daily payout. Incredible. Legends they want you to trade 10 days in round 2. By the way, because you're just listening to it for the first time, there are multi-stages. Before they pay you or they hire you, they want to see you first, how you trade. So this is called 2-stage exam. Stage 1, you will put in $105 or $50. It's all US. Everything is US. In and out is US. Losing US, winning US. So normally a 2-stage exam is 50 plus 150, $200. But if you do Take Profit, they charge you 105. And if you manage to complete their condition, they will put you in round number 2. Those familiar with the round 2s, Apex asks you to trade 8 days with minimum $50. Legend asks you to trade 10 days with minimum 150.
And this is for the beginners, right?
Yeah, beginners, advanced, doesn't matter. You will not be doing this for at least 3 months. First 3 months, I want you to really focus on getting your entries right. If I ask you, can you tell me what a bottom of the bar is or retracement divergence is? And if you can't do it, you're not ready. If I ask you, can you put a trade in a stop buy order? So for example, price of the S&P is 6,000. Right now the price is. If you want to buy here, that's a different order. If you want to buy here, that's a different order. If you want to sell here, that's a different order. If you want to sell here, that's a different order. If you want to sell here or buy here, there's a different order. So you're looking at 1 plus market, sell, bid, 4. There's 5 type of buys and 5 type of sells. So first thing I want to, so when I say, because I have a lot of problem, when I say let's do it at S2, price open, you know the first question I get, am I buying or am I selling? I don't reply to that. आपको buy करना है ना, पहली दफा आ रही है, आपने buy करना है. So if you are asking me, what am I supposed to do at S3? I will not reply because it means that you have no idea. You're just relying on. That means you're going to buy at S3 or what it will happen at R3. So first things first, I have to teach you. Only thing I have to teach you is this is buy limit. This is buy stop. This is sell limit, sell stop. Buy market, buy bid, buy sell, buy ask. So you have to figure out this part, everything else.
So can you repeat again?
अभी नहीं, क्योंकि पहले आपने 20 घंटे की वीडियो से गुजरना है, तो ये आपको 15 मिनट में भूल जाना है कि yes, absolutely.
So you know how there are 2 numbers,
Correct.
right? So sometimes
The
it
gap
doesn't
is big?
respect. No, not even that. Sometimes it doesn't respect the first number, goes directly
Correct,
to the
correct.
second. So I've had trouble with putting my orders. So I usually put it the second time,
Okay,
but sometimes it respects the first one,
Yes.
but doesn't respect the second.
correct. So you have to understand, depending on the distance between the numbers. So look, Nasdaq these days on average is moving 500 points in one direction, like crazy, especially after February and his inauguration. Donald Trump can say one thing and Nasdaq can be, if you look at my Nasdaq plots, look at what happened in February. Market opened February 18th, you know, all the way right here. I know the exact date, F1. Market opens 9:30, 10 o'clock expected low. Next day, 10 o'clock expected low. Next day, expected low.
Yeah.
We kind of stopped doing S2 and S1. We're like, man, this is not stopping, right? So then finally some correction. So if the gap is low, pick a number. I have a rule, 360 to 310. My stop loss, if you take 361 or 311, stop loss has to be below minus 35 from this number for Nasdaq. Because if the gap is low, but if the gap is big, you can kind of pick somewhere in the, because computer doesn't know where it's going to bounce from. It generally gives you a, like 20 to 70, it's a big, it's a small gap. But sometime you will see a number where the gap is so big, then I will pick the first number. Sometimes he takes the second attempt. He's like, Baji, uska bottom range le liya, usme se 10 nikal hai. So computer just has given you that, hey, from this point, I think I should go back up. The smaller the number, take the bottom number, and then 35 point stop loss. And if the bigger the gap, you can take the first attempt. And now the charts are plotted on your charts, right? You can kind of see the zone yourself.
Yeah.
If the gap is bigger, if the shade is bigger. The gap is smaller, shade is small. For those doing ES, follow Nasdaq, please. Because when Nasdaq gets to, and a new student really pointed out one thing really important that I wasn't even paying attention to. He started to monitor Dow. Wherever Dow goes, ES and Nasdaq follow, but later. So he was like, man, Dow got to S2. It means ES will get to S2 eventually. But what I do is I kind of have Nasdaq open. When Nasdaq gets to R2, that's where I would take ES, not other way around. Anything else? Cool.
Sorry, so I noticed by observing Dow that Dow, like Nasdaq, also follows Dow.
Dow, exactly. So Dow, Nasdaq, ES, Russell. Dow is the mother of all companies. Right? When Universal Healthcare went down, Nasdaq didn't, because Nasdaq didn't have that company, but S&P did, right? So you will get the feel of it. When exactly, I have a student like Ashmi Saab, he doesn't take the first attempt. Until SRES is confirmed and going down, then I'm taking it, right? So different approaches on taking the areas, right? So, yes.
So can we trade individual stocks, or is it like a list?
You right now, primarily, we ask you to trade indices, S&P, Dow, Russell, Nasdaq, or if you want to do individual stock, the company is called FTMO. That allows you to do in a funded NVIDIA, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon. You can trade individual stocks too, not investing your own money, but through that's possible too. Yes. Ask us.
So sorry, going back to the Dow, it hasn't always universally been like that where Dow.
No,
Nasdaq
not
follows
always.
Dow, or
No.
it's just lately.
But mostly together, they work together, right?
So general rule of thumb going forward, or is it just
No,
these
just
times?
watch where the Dow is. Opening it, just look at where just have a chart and say, hey, where's my Dow at? कोई क्वेश्चन इसमें सारे ट्रेडर बन गए हैं पक्के फंडेड का कोई क्वेश्चन हो यस यस
सर SRES तो बड़े ओवरव्यू डॉक्यूमेंट
बिल्कुल 100% मुझे बोर्ड क्लिक करने दें
Sorry, for take profit, if
Yeah.
you have, at what point, is it, you have to get to 26,500?
26,500 then you get qualified for daily payout.
What about for 50K? Is it?
No 53 50 5200 something really
Yeah.
50,000 account like two accounts, the 2,000 main and whatever.
तू को ना तो 50,000
You have 50K? Okay. What is it?
So I have like threshold 2,000, like every day pay out 250, 260.
every day he's taking $250
No, what I'm saying is,
वो 2000
to get to the growth,
2000
2,000.
In two accounts, yeah.
Okay, price made a higher high. Price made a higher high. Background color is green. Background color is green. Price made a higher high. Your mid-band came. यहाँ तक समझ आ गया ना? Higher. Daniel's first video, 1 hour and 25 minutes into it. Sorry guys, just asking. Sorry. Other room is open if higher high, higher low. If two options will happen from here. Price continues to go up, and if it breaks this number, it will make another higher, right?
This is ES, right?
This is ES, Nasdaq, Russell, doesn't matter. But 30, 20, 15, 10, same thing. But generally, you will have written down a lower high. So let's look at the chart, make it easier. What is here? Higher high, okay? And what is here? Higher low. It went up, price again, but look, it didn't break this number. So it rose lower high. So two things could happen. It can continue to go up and make a higher high, but this is your first indication that I am not going up, I'm going to go down. So so the word is called swing, retrace, and extension. So this is your swing. This is your retrace. You have no extension. If you have no extension, that means you're going to change the direction. So that's called SRES. If you have no extension, this becomes your extension, your swing. So this is your new swing. Swing, retrace, extension. Swing.
Extension means goes up.
Yeah, so extension means that I'm continuing my trend. So if there's no extension, I'm going into, so this is how, now I'll tell you Jay's secrets right now openly. So what does he do? He puts a trade right here. He says, I'm giving you inside Jay's trading, Jay's mind. What is Jay's mind thinking? If this is an extension, I will take a buy stop in gold in ES 1510 for 4 ticks. 4 ticks, ठीक है? या मैं गलत हूँ, रोक दीजिए. 4 ticks. So what does he do? Inside ES or GC, he goes and sets his TP for 4 ticks. Stop loss? 19. 19. Stop loss? 19, because your black candle will come at the 19. This is on 1510. So what is he saying? I'm hoping this will continue to become my extension. I will go and take my 4 ticks and get out. 4 ticks in gold is $40. By $10 a tick. In the ES is $50. However, there's another trick. He can same time place an order right here, and that's another breakout. If it doesn't make it, it makes it swing. So right here, it didn't go up. So he would take a breakout trade right at breaking that. So now he will do a sell stop. ठीक है सर? दोनों साइड
लगा दोगे.
OC ऑर्डर लगाएं, उधर भी लगाएं, इधर भी लगाएं. आपकी
OCO भी नहीं लगाना. You can, but you have to select the 18.
a different 18.
Otherwise,
So look how.
Is that for the 25K account?
No. Okay, that is irrelevant to.
Because the stop loss is too big.
I understand, but he's so aggressive and he's so plays. That's 4 to 19, and he has back tested enough times that 4 ticks are okay. We used to do this 8 ticks on 30-20, but what happens with the 8 ticks? It does climb fast, but after, like when it does 8.5, then you're shaking. You're like, I hope it makes it to my, otherwise the stop loss is 34 ticks, right? But once you are doing this on a 15-10, generally, this is not my favorite trade. I'm just saying, he asked about SRES. There are 2 potential trades here. My favorite trade is inside this. I let it go through. The moment, if this is an extension, that's a possibility, right? It's a green, I will put my order at the bottom of the bar. I said, all right, this is because technically speaking, that's your lowest stop loss in all of the trades. Your stop loss is 3.5 on 30-20 and 1.75 on 15-10. You tell me if there's a lower stop loss than this, and I will say no. Meaning you're risking 4 to 1.75 is what? One is 1.75 times, how many ticks? 7 ticks. 7 ticks, right? So 4 to 7 ratio or 8 to 14 ratio. How can you go wrong? That's the lowest, but people don't wait. They don't wait for that. So where would your entry be? Somewhere around top. And if you miss it, you miss it. It's okay. Top of the bar. Sell. And so that's it.
Because the other approach, that has worked 50-50.
Because that's a random, right?
Yeah.
So, but try the breakout. Because what happens is the SRES trade will be one buy stop. And right here at the break of this, it's called a sell stop. So I want to go down.
What do you use TP as stop loss here?
See, in this case, 4 to 19. Because remember, the black candle will happen at 19. Because until then, you have to stay in the trade. And it's a very risky trade. unless you have accumulated some points already, you don't want to risk it. But looking and talking back and forth, generally 4 ticks are possible.
So,
Mhm.
so one breakout trade is after the higher high, right?
Yeah, so
And then the other breakout is
it's after the lower low. Previous
after the
higher low.
it's after,
Right after the previous swing. So this is called the
but it's not right at higher low. It's 1 point down.
1 point. No, he's taking a breakout of this. He's waiting for this number to break this number and go down.
So this is better, easier than we're using the SAAS.
See,
minus 8.5, this is better.
it's the same thing. So
There we have
yes,
minus 8.5.
so actually there's technically 3 trades in this. You can do this lower high minus 8.5, lower high minus 4.75. That's one way.
It is more work.
Yeah.
Here is the low work.
You know, it's still more same risk.
But their risk is 34.
So 34 is only in your
on that.
on 30/20.
On the part.
same risk is same. देखिए चार्ट पे डिपेंड करता है रिस्क. Black candle on 1510 is 19 ticks. Black candle on 3020 is 34 ticks. So your risk is dependent on the chart that you use, not the setup, correct. So here, if he enters here and the price only goes 3 ticks and comes back,
So this is only 1510, not the.
no, so that method can be anywhere applied. 30/20 is very risky. So I stopped asking people to do it. Sorry, all I said was, if this setup you see around R3 or S3, jump in. Because then you know that price I'm going to truly come down or truly go back up, right? So if you're, and my last video that I uploaded, it goes trade by trade. And then I said, all right, if you're taking retracement divergence, that's your trade. If you're taking area, that's your trade. All these things are based on this.
What is 15, 10 and 30? Because sticks I got it.
Chart का नाम है,
Oh.
ये लिखा हुआ है. जो मैं 15-20. Background means trend. So once you will sign up for the trade, when the training, we'll know what the background color is of the trade.
So if you have a scenario like this
Yes.
where your SRE is not formulated,
Yes.
I know it depends on the condition or the scenario, but
So either you would do a buy stop here, you will do a sell stop here, or sell stop here, right at the black candle, or a little bit wait till
no,
close.
so in this scenario, right, would it be advantageous to take an SRE or wait to the breakout?
That I gotta confirm. In your experience, are you taking that? So this scenario is a breakout already. Agar high lag gayi, main saath ja raha hu. But at the bottom, which one you have found more effective? Right at the black candle is confirmed, or breakout of previous swing?
And I take both.
No, I understand. लेकिन नीचे वाले 2 ट्रेड बन रहे हैं. एक तो जहां एग्जैक्ट ब्लैक कैंडल बन रही है. देखिए जैसे 8
I
and a
normally go after the break.
Okay, so what he's suggesting is, don't take the trade right at the black candle. Wait for this previous area to break.
So it'd be like 5.25.
Exactly. So below that. So he's taking breakouts on both. Yes.
So setup like this, they occur all the time, right? Like for example, an SRE setup or a breakout setup,
Yeah.
they occur all the time in the ES market.
Correct.
But when do you know, like, because you can't be taking every single one, right?
No,
You have-
correct.
Right? You can't be overtrading
But
every single one.
Here's the thing. Breakout trades generally give you 4 ticks, no problem.
Yeah.
Every breakout, whether SRES is there or not, 4 ticks are coming.
As long as the NQ is in the trend.
Yes, if
One
NQ
more
is,
thing to remember in your SRES setup, if you're taking every breakout trade, keep an eye on the divergence. You should know whether there will be a divergence or not.
but the problem is sometimes strength doesn't even go up though.
That's the reason, that's the case that at that time you shouldn't be trading. What happens is, if you enter at the breakout, that will be your perfectly losing it.
Exactly, because that's your divergence rate.
100% losing it.
So if you wait for SRES breakouts, that's better. Because remember, what did he explain? He said, all right, at this time, if I take a breakout to higher high, my strength hasn't gone up. So maybe it will just make a higher high and create a white line and come down. So it's better to do a breakout to the bottom side.
So
तो मैं डबल आपकी कंफर्म कर देता आपने कहा इस केस में नीचे का ब्रेकआउट लो ऊपर का ना लो ठीक है SRES है so breakout more chances this down breakout will be a better one.
Yes.
Correct, that's what we were double checking, that there's two breakouts happening, right? If you put an order here on the top of the breakout, let me put this on here. So 52, 53, 28, if you take this breakout, your strength hasn't gone up. So your chances are you will get stuck inside divergence, right? But if you take the bottom breakout, you have a better chance of probability to make that 4 ticks and then trail, 4 ticks and trail. Because if you enter here, trust me, you're done for the whole day. Like literally, that's just swinging to the downside, right? So,
But the divergence on 1510, that's not really that powerful compared to.
I understand. So that's why 1510 breakout still has some possibility to take, right? But this is the perfect entry for a breakout trade to the bottom.
So we're in this scenario, right?
Mhm.
And we're trying to determine if we break out at the top or the bottom, right?
Yes. But
The
see,
indication is,
here's the thing. You can put your trade here.
Yeah.
Your risk to reward ratio is high because it may not, the strength is not going up. And then, but this is confirmed, so I will prefer the bottom breakout trade, not the top.
The confirmation as to if you're trying to decide if you should go up or down, it should be,
It's strength. Yes.
So I would mention that if there is a one buy entry, buy stop and sell stop.
Yes.
Suppose it will cross the HL.
Yes.
Right? So the buy stop will pick it up.
Yes, and then the other one get cancelled.
That should be
Yes.
automatic.
So yeah, automatically. You can do something called OCO order. One cancels another. Right click. I have a video on that. So you can put 2 orders and one will get automatically canceled.
Okay.
Yes.
So
पूछो.
According to science separate areas, right? So when an area, let's say S1 breaks, right?
Yes.
And then it's going towards S2.
Okay.
It doesn't hit S2. Remember how we were talking about like that S1 lower band would now act as like a resistance?
Correct. Because if it's coming from the bottom, it's acting as a resistance.
At that point, because we were talking about so many people stay in a trade that's negative, well, why not stay in a trade that's positive, right?
But you gotta exit the area. Once you have let's say if I take a trade at S1. If I take a trade at S1, this is S2, I must exit these areas.
No, so what I'm saying is, if it pierces S1,
Yeah.
right? It pierces S1, right? So if it pierces S1 and it goes, say, here, eventually it's going to come back. This area, this lower band, is now going to be
Not from
resistance.
here, not from this close. If it's coming from S2. Because it may act like this and then it comes down, but I will not take a sell order.
So what I've been doing is I've been waiting for it to break. As soon as it comes in, I've been waiting for 99.99.
And then
So
Nasdaq? I'm not doing Nasdaq. I only take one.
But you're saying that you wait until it gets to.
Yeah, because it has to bounce from a significant difference. So it's a year half program. आपने ट्राई कोई बात नहीं आपको अभी ABC में आपको सारी बतानी होगी पहले आप सॉफ्टवेयर ये देखें ये जो सेशन नंबर 2 है ये ट्रू टेक्निकल बातें शुरू होगी सारे देखें क्योंकि अब ट्रेडर्स मिंगल करके पूछ रहे हैं कि आप क्या कर रहे हो ऐसे आपके लिए अभी आपने लेना है ट्रायल के बाद 2 हफ्ते की वीडियोस देखनी है फिर हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि अगली चीज
When area hits, you say it's no longer valid, right?
Yes, it's no longer
Is it the same thing here? Yes. If this comes all the way down and then if it shoots up here,
it's no longer valid.
So when it comes back up,
Yes. No, it's no longer valid as a support, but it's still valid for resistance. Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
From S2 to S1, it's still valid for resistance, not support. Support is from the top.
हम ये सोच रहे थे कि आपको एक कंसिडर करें आप कि वी आर मंथली राइट like 3 months or whatever in this small office आपको कंसिडर करना चाहिए कि आप हमें once in a month आपके actual office की एक visit once in a month सब members को हमें एक attraction मिलेगा हम सब motivate हों
I've been with you for 6 months now.
मेरा क्वेश्चन सिर्फ कि वहां बैठ के मेरे को एक्स्ट्रा तो नहीं टीच करना
नहीं हमें एक मोटिवेशन मिलेगा कि भाई इतने
आप ज्यादा जीनियस
आपके पास तो सारा सॉफ्टवेयर है आप हमारी हर मंथ की once in a month एक एंट्री हमें भी लगाओ एंट्री हो गई हमारी एक मोटिवेशन
नहीं लेकिन उससे बेहतर ये नहीं है कि आप 9 बजे आके मुर्ताज
बट यू नो एक encouragement होता है दूसरे लोगों को देखिए मोटिवेशन होता है क्योंकि at this stage when we are you know putting 300 month and we are losing learning हमें एक boost चाहिए
अच्छा मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं जिन लोगों ने बाई किया क्या गारंटी है कि वो बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं
हमने सिर्फ आपका माहौल
आप आ सकते हैं नो
या एक
विल वर्क आउट
हर मेंबर एक महीने में एक दिन आ सकते हैं
मैं कुछ फ्राइडेज के लिए कंसीडर कर सकता हूं
Friday.
सब एक साथ आ जाएंगे तो it's better.
देखिए करना क्या देखिए
बस
वहां
हमें
पर भी
मोटिवेशन चाहिए कि हमें भी इतना करना है कि हम खरीदने के काबिल हो जाए नहीं हम चीज़ भाग नहीं सकते भाई 15-20 $20 निकाल के चिकना की तरफ
yes just control and double click it attaches
control double click.
मैं सॉरी आपको ना इसको डिटेल में ब्रेक करते हैं मेरा क्वेश्चन है आप मंथली मेंबर हैं आपको इस ऑफिस की एक्सेस है सुबह 9 बजे खुलता है 2 बजे बंद 3 माह से मुर्ताज मैं रोज उससे पूछता हूँ आज की रिपोर्ट रोज रिपोर्ट देता है नहीं मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर उसके सामने बैठ के भी कोई लूज कर रहा है ना तो वो सॉफ्टवेयर डिजर्व ही नहीं करता मेरे हिसाब से कि अगर वो आपको उंगली पकड़ के एंट्रियां करवा रहा है जो मैं उधर नहीं करवाता मैं आप जो यहाँ पर 2 बैठे हैं जो उधर से हो जाएगा पता नहीं क्यों नहीं बता भाई आपका जूम क्यों नहीं आ रहा है
जूम क्यों नहीं आ रही है
क्या चीज की कमी है
it's not about कि we want to come there to learn.
नहीं
It's about sitting under you and I don't know if Daniel sits
No. देखें
एक होता है कि एक encouragement we want to feel that privilege where we are poor on this side that once in a month अगर
I don't have a problem नहीं मेरा सिर्फ क्वेश्चन ये कि आपका
किसी को एक साथ इजाजत नहीं है बस सिर्फ एक दफा आओ बैठो हवा खाओ चले जाओ
मैं जो हर हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते बाद इधर आ जाता हूँ वो सही नहीं
चले हम सोचिए
मेरा सिर्फ ये क्वेश्चन
प्रिविलेज फील होती है
आपकी क्लास में है तो लेकिन $150 मुश्किल हो रहा है मुझे सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन वन ऑनेस्टली
क्या मैं 500 देने को तैयार हूँ बस
ओहो नहीं मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं आपसे मैं ये कह रहा हूँ पर डे आपका 200 बन रहा हूँ मेरी क्या जरूरत है
I'm telling you, it's not about making money or learning.
असल में होता है कि अच्छा जो फीलिंग है ना होता ये है कि आपको लगता है कि वो बिजनेस क्लास ठीक है और ये इकोनॉमी क्लास है और आप सिर्फ देखना चाहते हैं कि उधर क्या हो रहा है उधर बल्कि कई लोग
आपके साथ बात करके एक मजा अलग है
वेट करें आप डैनियल से
इसके साथ बात करने का मजा बिल्कुल ही अलग
देखिए मैं आपको जो आप सुनना चाहती है अच्छा नहीं जो आप सुनना चाहती है मैं इसको सिखा देता हूँ वो रोज यही बातें करेगा देखिए मजे की बात मेरा जो मॉर्निंग का होता है डैनियल 1 हफ्ते छुट्टी पे थे थाईलैंड गए हुए थे अपने उनकी एक ब्रीफ आती है आई डोंट नो कितने लोग सुनते हैं मुझे उनमें से ना एक वर्ड सूचना निकालना होता है उस पूरी कन्वर्सेशन में वो वर्ड क्या कहते हैं आज लो टू हाई है या हाई टू लो मेरी पूरी ट्रेडिंग की यूनिवर्स नहीं सिर्फ वो सुन मैं बैठा ना वो सिर्फ वो चीज डाइसेक्ट कर रहा होता कि आज लो टू हाई है या हाई टू लो वो 30 दिन मुझे मालूम है ना, मैं लीड किया उनके बगैर। तो अगर आपको देखिए, मुझे वो कंपनी सिर्फ, और उनको आप पता है पूरे दिन में वो टोटल 90 सेकंड बोलते हैं। अब मैं आपको बताऊं रीजन ये है कि हमारे पास ऐसे ट्रेडर्स हैं जो जिनके अकाउंट साइज $50 वाले, ठीक है, उनको लोग फोन करते हैं जिन्होंने क्रूड ऑयल पे $3.5 लाख लगाया हुआ है। देखें, एक बंदा है ना, उसकी एक वैल्यू है। अब मैं उनको, जब मैं उनके साथ ट्रेनिंग पे जाता हूँ ना, अगर आप देखें मेरा क्वेश्चन 1000% स्पेसिफिक ना हो ना, उनके ऑफिस में एंटर नहीं करता। नॉट गेट, आई फाइंड हिज टाइम सो वैल्यूएबल, ही स्टिल हेल्प्स। अब उनके जो लोग आके लैपटॉप खोल के बैठे हुए हैं ना, उनके क्वेश्चन आप देखें, पाजी क्रूड ऑयल दा ओपन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, $3.5 लाख लगा हुआ है, लाइफ कब बाउंस होना, ठीक है। अब वो प्रॉफिट में है, उनको एक दिन कॉल आई, मैंने शॉर्ट किया $76,000 कि मैंने प्रॉफिट कमाया, शुड आई स्टॉप और नॉट। अब आप लेवल्स क्वेश्चन देखें ना, आप उधर आएंगे ना, मेरा उस तरह का कोई, मैं देखिए मैं हेल्प करता हूँ इंटरमीडिएट में, हमने बिगिनर्स के लिए मुर्ताज कर दिया है।
नहीं, मैंने इसे बोला कि सिर्फ once in a month एक विजिट एक बंदे को हो, just for the motivation.
I will come more here to, no
No learning, just
क्योंकि अगर तो मसला पैसे बनाने का ना, फिर मैं मुर्ताज की क्लास ले सकता हूँ, भाई यहाँ लोग पैसे क्यों नहीं बनाते,
पैसे बनाने का मसला नहीं।
जैसे मैं हर रोज नहीं आ सकती,
लेकिन फिर हम ये कर देते हैं। नंबर 1 मैं ये प्रॉमिस करता हूँ कि ट्यूसडे को मुर्ताज लाइव जाएगा हर सूरत में, क्योंकि हैप्पी जाता है तो फिर नहीं बेशक आए, क्योंकि आप देखिए पीपल हैप्पी है, दे वांट टू लिसन टू यू। आई डोंट नो, क्योंकि मेरे पास और बहुत सारे काम है, so I'll make sure whatever his Zoom class is not happening, I'll put him online, right? So
Yeah.
I'll make sure that happens first
ये
thing.
तो समझाता है तो it's amazing. Works
तो
like a
फिर
magic.
मैंने पैसा ना देखो, मैंने क्यों देखना
तो भाई आपको कहा ना कि ऐसे एक आपके लिए एक मोटिवेशन होती है बंदे को कि चलो
and
भाई
I can like
nothing much सोचिएगा, चले
चले,
think
no
about
problem.
it.
जी
sorry, go
Listen,
ahead.
I agree with her.
okay.
I come here to see you.
Thank you.
So, I think yesterday one of your status was there was a message from this guy who wakes up super early and then by 9 o'clock he's done.
I think it's a female.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
because if you read the whole message, she did. I did do this.
Yeah,
So
that
she's trading 8 o'clock session.
So is she trading ES?
Mostly areas, trying to do the areas or night session wherever it gets posted, but majority is SRES.
But then how is she done by 9 o'clock?
Because
the areas are not.
No, it's I don't know honestly. I can specifically ask her what her strategies are. Like you asked Jatin, sitting right here. Every day I posted his status because I tried not to put somebody's name out there. They come in and I ask him, what do you do? And he's like, man, I just wait for MNQ, 3 lots. 3 दिन एरिया ही नहीं आए, उसने ट्रेड नहीं किया। इसको ये था ना कि ट्रेड नहीं आएंगे तो नहीं करेंगे। कई दफा मैं शाम को, कई दफा हम बात करते हैं, वो कहता है 4 बजे एरिया आया, मैं 4 बजे जाके S2 लिया सर, 30 पॉइंट आया, राइट? सो that's his approach, right? So I can definitely ask, like, so क्योंकि रोज का डेली पे आउट है ना। हम अब देखें वो क्या करते हैं, इनके 3 अकाउंट है, 100 कर लिया, शाम को 300 ले एवरी डे, कोई मसले। अच्छा
लेकिन टेक प्रॉफिट के भी 2 स्टेजेस हैं।
नहीं, 2 दिन पहले उन्होंने किए ना, उस दिन बैठे बिठाए इन्होंने ना चौथा अकाउंट कर लिया, वो मेरे सामने ये लिया, सामने आए बैठे। और by the way, you guys are more than welcome to come and visit me. It's not a problem. It's okay. Not a big deal. Only thing we ask you is come around after 1. Generally, because by then, whole market dies down, right? So, like the whole idea is to, because in the morning, there's a big difference. The thing is, somebody has spent $300. Somebody has spent ओके एक बात है, ये उधर ये नहीं है कि वो पैसे नहीं दे रहे, वो 150 वो भी देते हैं वो तरफ, वो एरियाज के। उसके बाद उन्होंने, तो जो बंदा बिजनेस क्लास में बैठा है,
नहीं तो यही तो कहना है, मतलब आपके देखिए एक बंदे को सिर्फ एक दिन, तो आपके यहाँ भी ट्रैफिक ना बढ़े, उससे क्या होगा कि फिर हम मोटिवेट होंगे टू कम
लेकिन फिर वो देखिए मैं बार बार कह रहा हूँ, सॉफ्टवेयर खरीदने और लीज करने में आप बेटर ट्रेडर नहीं हो जाएंगे, सिर्फ फर्क ही है।
वही तो मैं आपसे कह रही हूँ, देखिए मैं आपका जैसे मैं आपका सेमिनार अटेंड किया था, गॉड नोज हाउ मेनी मंथ्स ago. But you know that I just left because I had too many travels in between. Now I came, right? But there are times like, okay, maybe we should wait when we start making a lot of money. When we are iskabil, then maybe we move it.
No, okay. If I ask him one thing, देखिए मैं वो मंथली वाले आपके साथ बैठे, मैं अगर इनसे कहूँ कि आपने उस दिन $3800 बनाया, भाजी मेरी फीस तुसी कर दो ज्यादा क्योंकि तुसी बनाया $3800, मुर्ताज ने, जे ने बड़े बड़े अकाउंट्स लिए, तो हम तो नहीं कहते कि आपने ज्यादा कमा लिए तो अब हमारी फीस भी बढ़ा दें।
ऐसे ही होता है जैसे अगर आपके 100 लोग यहाँ पर अगर आ जाते हैं, ठीक है, ऑन एंड ऑफ कमाते हैं, तो हर बंदे को ओपनली।
अच्छा, उसका क्या कसूर है जो नहीं, उसका क्या कसूर है जो यूएई में बैठा है और वो 300 दे रहा है
ना आपके क्लाइंट, योर ब्रदर, राइट?
Is there a way to ask you questions?
100%. My WhatsApp, like right now,
during the
live
on TikTok or YouTube, but now
live is open. That number, whenever I go live, this WhatsApp is read by 4 people. You have a question, I answer all questions. I'm 20 seconds ahead, but I answer. मैं सिर्फ वो WhatsApp, हाँ, उसमें आपने कहना है कि मेरा ये है और मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है। अगर तो आपका एनी डेस्क हुआ वो तो टीम देखेगी, लेकिन जो आपके टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस है वो मैं 11 के बाद बोर्ड पे आ जाता हूँ। वो कहते हैं मुझे बता दें जी टेक प्रॉफिट कैसे चल रहा है, मैंने लेजेंड से कैसे लेना है, तो वो लाइव कम्युनिकेशन विद निंजा। करेक्ट।
This is okay for you, messaging for us. We'll stick with them.
नहीं, मैं बात कर रहा हूँ कि अगर उस अच्छा मैं डांटूंगा अगर उसको उस वक्त के अगर उसके होते हुए
मैसेज कर सकते हैं, हम तो इसको पूछते हैं, आप कर सकते हैं।
मैं कहूँगा सिर्फ आपकी ऑन ग्राउंड ऑनेस्ट ओपिनियन बताए, उसके होने से यहाँ फर्क पड़ता है ना
बहुत।
क्योंकि वो
आई थिंक अगर वो नहीं होता तो मैं तो 2-3 मैं नहीं सर्वाइव करती, मैं भाग जाती।
आई अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि हमने वो जो गैप था ना वो फिल किया है बिगिनर्स के भी बिगिनर्स का।
Some of my cousins they quit after a year and I was telling them कि they should come back.
क्योंकि देखिए जो हैप्पी की ज़ूम है ना वो प्योर एक चीज लेके आता है कि मैंने आपके किसी तरह $100 बनवाने, वो टीचिंग पे फोकस नहीं है। ठीक है, टीचिंग है नैस्डैक को लर्न करने के लिए ना 2 साल लग जाते हैं, वो जिस स्पीड से भागती है। आप रेजिस्टेंस देखना है तो इफ योर गोल इज आई एम गोइंग, वो आप इसी तरह जाए थे ना, फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता उन्होंने कहा यार मैंने खुद सीखना है कैसे करना है। अगर आपका गोल है मैंने 100 कमाने, आप हैप्पी की जूम ज्वाइन करें, वो आपको 100 बनवा देता है, वो बंद भी करवा देता है कि भाई यही आपका काम है, आप सीखो भी नहीं कुछ भी ना करो। फिर आप अपग्रेड होते हैं मुर्ताज पे कि यार मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा बता दो कि मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ। उससे ऊपर एक लेवल आता है जिसमें मैं आपको यहाँ पर 1-on-1 कर, एक लेवल उससे भी ऊपर डैनियल का, फिर लेकिन आपके अकाउंट्स बड़े होने चाहिए, देन यू विल गिव यू द कॉस्ट। You guys are more than welcome to. I would prefer if you guys came on Friday because then it's a less crowd there as people are trading. Come around maybe around 12 o'clock to 1 hour, sit down. You won't find me any different. मैं अपना लगाऊंगा, मैं कहूँगा जी S2 का वेट कर रहा हूँ। So it's
Monday नहीं करना ट्रेड,
Monday तो
Monday
I'm off, but it's okay.
So ये जो 40 days का ट्रायल यानी इसके अंदर आप एक्सेस देते हैं
सब देते हैं सर, पूरी एक्सेस है आपके पास। यस
टाइम है तो डाइवर्जेंस हाउ डू डाइवर्जेंस करना कैसे प्रेस करनी है?
नहीं, डाइवर्जेंस लाइन बन जाती है,
नहीं वो लाइन तो बाद में बनती है, पहले से कैसे प्रेस करना है?
आपकी स्ट्रेंथ ऊपर नहीं जाए, प्राइस ऊपर गई, स्ट्रेंथ ऊपर नहीं गई, डाइवर्जेंस आपको नजर आनी शुरू हो जाती है। मैं आपको इसको एग्जैक्ट दिखाता हूँ।
लाइन तो बाद में बदल देना, वो
नहीं, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। You have any more technical questions?
So for mid-band, you just control
and double.
or I thought there was another thing that you had to do before that, like go to indicator and type.
No. ये देख, price here, higher high, it went more higher, but look at the strength here. Strength did not go up. So if you see a higher high on top, but your RSI did not go up, that's your indication that I'm in a divergence. Okay, my trend is about to change. Yes. This आपका question था.
So Nasdaq को तो buy this sell limited like apply करना चाहिए. So this SRES is probably most good on the ES.
सर SRES करनी है तो Nasdaq 6 के बात करें शाम के, और Nasdaq करना है जतन भाजी से बात कर लें, सिर्फ एरिया करते हैं, सिर्फ एरिया. नाइट एरिया भी चलते हैं, लगा के छोड़ दें, SL लगाएं, TP लगाएं, और तो Nasdaq में सिर्फ एक स्ट्रेटजी है भाई, एरिया. ना उसमें वैल्यू एरिया है, ना उसमें कुछ लोग RSI करते हैं साथ, अगर ओवरबॉट, ओवरसोल्ड, ओवरबॉट, लेकिन उसमें भी वो खराब कर देती है क्योंकि बहुत स्पीड से चलती है. तो अब देखें वो बैठे हैं, वो 4 माह से, बड़े बड़े पे आउट्स नहीं है, छोटे नहीं लिए. अगर वो कह रहे हैं ना मैं एरिया करता हूँ तो एरिया ही करते हैं. वो खुलते सार उनका मैसेज आता है कि यार R1 लें, R2 लें, S1 लें, S2 लें, और जो दूर गैप में बैठे रहते हैं, और शाम को कभी 4 बजे आ रही है, 12 बजे आ रही है, 11 बजे आ रही है. कितना स्टॉप लॉस रखा? 35 पॉइंट. 35 पॉइंट का मतलब है $350 एक. आपका अगर कितने MN की हो, 5 MN की हो और 35 पॉइंट हो तो $10, $350. तो $350 का स्टॉप लॉस रखा और 15 पॉइंट का प्रॉफिट रखा, $150. एक अकाउंट पे 150 या एक पे 100 लिया, 3 अकाउंट कॉपियर पे थे. शाम को एरिया मिनट नहीं है सर, कभी 10. वो उस दिन पीछे बैठे थे, वॉशरूम गए, वापस आए, पैसे बने हुए. वो कहते हैं वो भी Nasdaq वाले. प्राइस हाई लाइन, ठीक है, डाइवर्जेंस. ये हाई लाइन, ठीक है. नीचे आई, एक और हाई लाइन, ऐसे नजर आएगा आपको. आपकी जो स्ट्रेंथ होगी ना नीचे, वो ऐसे होगी, क्योंकि ये भी हाई है ना, लेकिन स्ट्रेंथ में ये हाई नहीं है, मूविंग एवरेजेस में नहीं. तो जब इसको डाइवर्जेंस का इंग्लिश में, उर्दू में वर्ड है अगेंस्ट ईच अदर. हाई strength उतने नहीं गई. Whenever you have a price and strength difference, it's a divergence. अब मैं जो word use करता हूँ, lately the word for low of the bar and top of the bar, the technical word is retracement divergence. So आप देखें हो क्या रहा है. अगर आप कैंडल को देखें, so this is how the candle is. Let me pick it. It's a candle on 30-20. Price comes down and your limit order is here, sitting at the bottom of the bar. If you see price coming here, but if you look at your strength, that does not come down. And if you look at your Bollinger Bands and moving average, they don't. So within the bar, it's retracing. So it's retracing, right? So price is retracing down, but it doesn't work with it's in conflict with RSI or moving. So whenever you have a bottom of the bar, let me show you a true bottom of the bar trade. अब यहाँ देखिए
That would be a double.
double, yes, double diverge, correct. Okay. You see price touch mid-band here. Price touch mid-band. Did this price touch here? No. That's a huge divergence and a gap trade. ना आपकी मूविंग एवरेजेस ऊपर आई, ना आपकी स्ट्रेंथ. ये मिड लाइन चल रही है ना, ये मिड लाइन है ना. So this mid band is this mid band, but this is an average. So whenever, look, price touched here. Did it touch in the mid band? No. So that means you have a retracement divergence.
So still gonna be moving down, right?
Moving down यार, आपको पता लग गया, यहाँ देखते ही मेरे सेल डाला मिड बैंड पे और देखा यार यहाँ तो कुछ भी नहीं था, तो वो चलता गया. Most profitable trades are when you have SRES confirmed, you would put it at the bottom of the bar or top of the bar with 3.5 stop loss or 1.7 stop loss. You need 2 good trades. Swear to God, you're done. Even with 2 micros. Let's say you pick 2 micros. मैं आपको क्वेश्चन दे रहा हूँ, आप कहते हैं यार मैंने इनका जो अगेन बाद में प्लान बनाया है. प्लान क्या है? मैंने करना है, ये कहते हैं $500 इनफ है, यानी कि मेरी जॉब के साथ सब कुछ ठीक है कि मैं $500 महीने का दिन का कमाना चाहता हूँ. हमारा टारगेट क्या था? 50,000. और मैंने बिजनेस प्लान लिख के दिया है थर्सडे को क्या लिख के दिया? मैंने कहा ठीक है, आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या होगी? मैंने कहा यार आप क्या करें, $5,000 का ओरिजिनल अकाउंट खोलें. He's lucky enough because he's from Netherlands. He can open a Ninja account. He doesn't have to go through GFF. He doesn't have to go through. So anybody outside of Canada, you can open a Ninja direct account. UK, Australia, everybody, because it's. So I asked them, put in your money. Because what's a goal? First, we have to define a goal, then we have to work towards a goal, and we have to put a business plan together. So what was the goal? Let's write it down here, and I will break it down in full. $50,000 on April 2026 is the goal. आपका भी गोल बनाया है, इनका भी बनाया है. हमें मारा है फास्ट ट्रैक ट्रेडिंग. हमारे गोल अचीव हो जाने थे.
सभी में मारा सर. उसके बाद ही हमने ब्रेक ली थी.
वो पीछे बैठे हैं ना, वो 60,000 कर दिया था उन्होंने. मेरा 35 हो गया था. वो फास्ट ट्रैक में ना थोड़ा सा हमें डिसअपॉइंटमेंट दी, तो but it's okay, no problem. So we recovered mostly on legends and other stuff and take profit and per dia में रोज के डेली निकाल गए. 50,000 गोल है और मैंने उनसे कहा, sorry, no 1 year. Let me give you a backstory. Backstory is he works for DHL. He makes 5,000 to 6,000 euros. Packages are anywhere from कितने पैकेज? 230 पार्सल रोज डिलीवर करना मंडे टू फ्राइडे. शेप है ना, especially if I see people in Canada Post, they're walking a lot, right? So, and because you're burning your calories, right? So it's a good income for a good job, reasonable, respectable. It's like जैसे कहते हैं ना, काम है लेकिन मुश्किल काम. 10 hours a day job है, ठीक है. तो बात हुई, मैंने कहा आप आए, मैं आपको एक ऐसी चीज दे देता हूँ. कहते हैं गोल क्या है? मैंने कहा 50,000 का कहते हैं गोल है. Why? So I even refine कि पहले निकालना क्या है इसमें से. हमने सिर्फ शौकिया खेलना है, गैम्बल करना है, तो आप रोज के कैसीनो चले जाया करें, वो उधर ज्यादा बेटर है, इधर ना है. So मैंने कहा कि क्या पहले गोल डिफाइन किया. गोल था 50,000. क्यों करना है मैंने ये भी पूछा. कहते हैं यार वहां पर एक कंडोमिनियम आता है 2 लाख यूरो का, एक अच्छा यूनिट 2 लाख यूरो का आ जाता है. So I want to put down a deposit of 50,000-60,000 euros. And I said, when do you want to do it? 1 year. Okay, 50,000. Let's put in April of 2026. All right. I said, this is not good. That now let's break it down in months. That's $4,000 per month. Now I broke this down more. I said, this is not possible. We're going to do this. How many trading days are there? 20, right? So we break to 4,000 divided by 20. That's roughly $200 a day, right? On average. So $200 a day. Now we have a math. Now we know what is achievable. आप कल को यार मैंने इस बिजनेस से $1 million कमाना है. मैं आपके लिए डिफरेंट प्लान एडवाइस करूंगा, राइट? देखिए हमने उस हिसाब से चलना है ना, अब उनका प्लान डिफरेंट है, मुर्ताज का डिफरेंट है, मेरा डिफरेंट है, आशमी साहब का डिफरेंट है, इनका डिफरेंट है. This is a realistic approach of somebody who can make a good side income working 90 minutes a day. I said, okay, what time can you give us? He says, you know what? It means it would be 3 p.m. in Holland and it would be 9 a.m. here. So he's like, I'm done most of my day and I can take a break because I have until 10 p.m. to deliver my packages. I can take 90 minutes off. Perfect. You can do this part-time. You don't need to do this full-time. All right, okay. I said, what else can you do? I put him to Daniel's video. During video number 2, he slept. He's like, man, too much happening. Too much happening. Yeah, I don't know what a divergence is, what a convergence is. Okay, so let's redefine how this is going to happen. $200 a day. Somebody new. We gave him a Nasdaq for 1 day. The guy puts in like 300 trades. Dude, I'm like, all right, this is not going to work. So, okay, regroup. Because a real example, right? Like, how can I get him to make? So, Majid Bhai and I said, I'm like, how can I help? We deleted every chart from his system. We deleted 30 minutes, 60 minutes, everything. Only one chart we left for him. It says micro gold. We removed NQ, we removed ES, I removed large triggers, small triggers, micro gold, and we put an ATM. And I just told them, just watch higher high, higher low, lower high. SRES, he understood that I can physically see. And then I said blue, blue, black, 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 blue. So, okay, I try to break it down. Right now, he says, I understand because I have to come up with this number. Okay, no problem. We go in back. Now he has one chart, micro gold. And what is the ATM? Exit with $20 profit and exit at $100 loss. So put an ATM together. What is it? What will $20 take to make? So we figured out 2 micros. 2 micros can make a trade $20. If SRES is confirmed and at the bottom of the bar, you can easily make how many kitni market move honi chahiye 4 ticks nahi $20 बनाने 2 माइक्रो से 4 ticks move होगी ना गोल्ड में MGC में सिर्फ $20 बनाने वाजिद भाई ने एटीएम से 2 माइक्रो 1 पॉइंट लेना है 1 पॉइंट $10 का नहीं आधा पॉइंट सर 2 माइक्रो है
2 माइक्रो है तो 20
10 हाँ 20 $1 अगर मूव हो गए ना जो नीचे से 10 ticks he'll be done $20 and that's all we put it together that if it goes negative 100 and then I said if you take 5 or 6 trades and you have lost $270 because we put in each ATM kitni negative jani hai you're not trading anymore so SRES and no more than $50 a day is the goal. I even brought it down to 25. So $5,000 original account. 1 per deal. 5 take profit. 3 bull knocks. Yesterday I asked him, day traders is on sale, buy 5 of those because there's no monthly fee. So 5 day traders. It doesn't work on rhythmic, but Quant Tower is a little bit tricky. But because it's a one-time fee, at least I can 1 micro in and out account will stay. No PF fees hai monthly ye nahi. So anyway, 1 account, 5 accounts, 3 accounts. That's 10 accounts. I didn't include this yet because this is just to buy. I said if you take 10 accounts and add $25 a day. I bought him a copier. I put him on a Ninja. $20 अगर ना निकले ना तो मुझे ये कंपनी छोड़ देनी चाहिए. Forget कि उन्होंने छोड़नी है, मैं छोड़ दूँ. कि $20 निकाल लें. मैं कहूँगा अगर आपसे 20 नहीं निकलते ना तो हमें किसी को भी ट्रेडर नहीं होना चाहिए. 10 अकाउंट है. $20 निकालने हैं यार खुदा के लिए 200 लानत होगी अब से अगर $20 ना निकले $20 MNQ पे निकल आते हैं खाली इन एंड आउट होना है ना यार ये बन गए 200 अब ये कह रहे हैं बहुत अच्छी बात है 200 पर डे है, लेकिन अगर अगर मैंने कहा मैं 4 ट्रेड डालूं या तो ये तो $500 हो जाएगा, तो फिर देखा ना ग्रीड कैसे आनी शुरू हो जाती है कि यार ये तो काम आसान है. So I said if you work out an average $20 a day with 2 MES, 2 MNQ, 2, you will be fine. You'll be able to put $200 a day. And here, this is daily payout. This is live account. Per day, daily payout. Take profit is as close to daily payout. But then I said, okay, we are going to start taking this income, in 3 months. We are not going to pass these EAs and PAs before 3 months. Because remember, you got to go through at least per day, he's got to make 3,000 first. Then he has to make bull locks, EAs, and PAs. Then he has to make take profit, EAs, and PAs. So I said, forget about making money from day one. Only money you will make is $25 to $50 on this account, live account. So under strict observation, again, I can't see him. I wish there was a Bluetooth device will hit him if he goes over trades, but it is a realistic approach that, you're able to do it in this term. Problem, again, mostly I see is you make money, then you switch your strategy, your lot size, your market, and then account blows. I beg, and I've been standing here for at least 2 years, and I beg people. Once you go in a PA, for God's sake, it's a real account. I don't know what's the rush out there. I still don't know the rush.
For the take profit,
Yes.
How many different types of accounts are there? Is
5. No, they have 25,000, 50,000. It gets steep. So only recommendation is 50 or 25, not higher. Because the higher accounts, you'd steep.
So is the goal is still 1,500?
Correct.
1,500 and
Yes.
2,000?
The moment you pass it, you make your, in the round 2, you make it, you get daily payouts, right? So
after first month, if you're not able to achieve that goal,
it rolls over. It rolls over. Just like any other account, it will roll over. But they won't give you the specialty treatment of free PA. They'll charge you for the PA. So you have to finish it in 30 days because that's the agreement. So idea is, please, once you get the signature, congratulations. Think like a real money. I don't know why people get aggressive. Like, most persistent guy. I kind of come in, and I've been dealing now. Today he gave 2 sessions. The guy, I think in my history, he asked the most amount of questions. Look at his notebook. If I can show it to people. He used to yell at me. No, it's a new book. Yeah. He used to yell at me, man, I don't understand Punjabi. Sikh हूँ, ये पंजाबी नहीं आती और आपके सारे lecture पंजाबी. So I'm like, all right, I got to retone myself. So long story short, at that time, we're like, man, what is it that he's not getting? I sent him to Majid Bhai, I sent him to everybody, Murtaz, but he didn't quit. And today he's able to teach you and he got a payout from Bull Knocks, and that's a huge accomplishment. Because sometimes, like, hey man, come on, even Murtaz bhi keh raha tha yaar कि हमने तो इसको सारा सिखा दिया, right? लेकिन but today, what is the successful is he did a session, and that's a proud moment for us, for Sunny, that he actually was able to reteach what we taught him, right? So he knows divergence, higher highs, higher lows. Practically, I think you know more than what we've written the software for. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is he's at it. He's breaking down. And when he showed me his first payout, he's like, Paji, mission accomplished, right? So for us, it's great, right? So that's what I asked them. Let's put you 3 months. No, but you're not touching a PA. Like if you managed it. So he did his per dia first day. First day ever of per dia, $25 he made. 25. That's all. Shut it down. That's it. Okay. बहुत गर्म है, हाथ ना जल जाए. तो क्योंकि हमारा माइंड उस तरह होता है कि वो 400 बन गए, 600 बन गए, 800 माइनस हो गए, 100 बना लेते हैं, 500 वापस कर देते हैं. An example I give is रोज नियाग्रा फॉल जाते हैं कि सिर्फ पानी की बोतल भरनी है, वो भर के खुद भी कूद जाते हैं और कहते हैं यार कल फिर एक और नया अकाउंट ले लेते हैं। डेढ़ सही है। तो माइंड सेट क्या कह रहा है, कोई गल नहीं है। और आपकी साइकोलॉजी, मैंने उस दिन पूरी बात की थी, ऐसे जो लोग स्टॉप लॉसेस नहीं लगाते, स्टॉप लॉस आपका क्या कह रहा है, ये वाला ट्रेड है ना SRES का 3.5 है, ठीक है, आपने मिनी भी लिया हुआ है, आपका ट्रेड बनेगा $175 का, ट्रेड खुद ही बंद हो जाएगा, ठीक है, आपने मिनी लिया, सो 50 टाइम्स 3.5 is 175. You're not supposed to take a dime more than that, right? Most people who don't put a stop loss, 175, 250, 300, 500 पे आपका दिल्ली अड़ जाता है कि -500 है, अब जाने ही दो, राइट? तो ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी में ऐसे होता है। 700 के बाद तो आप कंप्यूटर उठ के चले जाते थे, यार मैंने देखना नहीं है 700 के। फिर वो आती है और आपको एक मौका देती है, वहां लिखा आता है -150। अब आप कहते हो यार, हालांकि 700 पे कह रहे थे यार 175 पे बंद कर देना चाहिए, अब माइंड कह रहा है यार अब 0 हो जाए ना तो मैं यहाँ बंद कर दूंगा, तो फिर आप रिवर्स में फंस जाते हो। फिर वो 150 पे 1-2 दफा मौका देती है, क्योंकि मैंने अब यहाँ मेरा एरिया, यहाँ से मैंने वापस चले जाना है, पहले 700 देखा होता है वहां बंद नहीं करते, अब -150 पे भी नहीं बंद कर रहे, और वो फिर जाती है और वो फिर 1400 ले जाती है, और बंदा कहता है यार देखा मैं तो वैसे गिव अप कर गया था। सो a lot of you guys I see feel go through the because humans है ना, मुझे मालूम है कि हर स्टूडेंट कहाँ फंसता है, फंसता ये है कि स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाए, लॉट साइज गलत लगा दिए, और हम लोग
एक दिन स्टॉप लॉस से
हाँ,
दो स्टॉप लॉस
या बैक टू बैक, यस,
बट मंडे डबल रिकवरी,
यस,
एरिया तो ये नहीं कि मैं आपको ये बता,
नहीं देखिए मैं आपको एग्जांपल, बैठे हुए थे वो आगे, कुलदीप जी हमारे आगे बैठते हैं, मैंने और उन्होंने गोल्ड का ट्रेड लिया लाइव, गोल्ड एक्सपेक्टेड लो पे था, मैंने स्टॉप लॉस लगाया $800 पे, उन्होंने नहीं लगाया, मेरा भी बुलनॉक्स का पीए, उनका भी पीए, एक्सपेक्टेड लो से भी उस दिन $8 नीचे गिर गए, मैंने 800 बंद किया, उन्होंने नहीं बंद किया, उनका पीए चला गया, मैंने 2 दिन बाद रिकवरी करके पे आउट भी ले लिया। आपको आपका स्टॉप लॉस, मेरा फ्रेंड कहता होता है आपका बेस्ट फ्रेंड है, आपको डूबने से बचा लेगा, लेकिन ये ना हो कि स्टॉप लॉस अब अगेन लॉट में आपने काम करना है, क्योंकि लॉट 1500 के अकाउंट पे लॉट साइज इतना मैटर करता है, मुर्ताज की करज है आपको मिनी करवा देता है। आई शिवर, मैं 5 माइक्रो से आगे नहीं जाता, क्योंकि अगर कहीं स्लिप हुआ है ना तो 5 माइक्रो बचा जाए,
5 माइक्रो
हाफ मिनी होता है ना, तो हाफ 5 माइक्रो है, जो 1500 का अकाउंट है उसकी वैल्यू 3000 हो गई, आप लिविंग हो गया, जो 2 माइक्रो कर लेंगे उसकी वैल्यू 6000 हो गई, क्योंकि आपके पास अब रूम हो गया ना।
Does gold also follow Nasdaq?
यस, नहीं गोल्ड की अपनी दुनिया, गोल्ड की कोई, लेकिन गोल्ड स्मूथ है, SRES में चार्टिक्स दे जाएगा, ES भी दे देती है। ये सिर्फ हुआ ये कि ट्रम्प की वजह से ना हमारे 2 हफ्ते ना बड़े वॉलेटाइल गुजरे, और कल आप देखेंगे थर्सडे को मार्केट ठीक थी, अब लो ऑफ द बार, वरना तो नैस्डैक के चार्ट ही नहीं नजर आ रहे थे, अब जहां हजार कितने पॉइंट गिरी है, कमिंग बैक टू मैं रोज की एवरेज देख रहा हूँ, देखिए 560 पॉइंट, यार ये बात है करने वाली कि 500 पॉइंट नैस्डैक मूव हो रही है, 523 पॉइंट, 876 पॉइंट, 2188 पॉइंट, 700 है, फायदा उसको हो रहा है जो ट्रम्प के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं अंदर वाले, क्योंकि वो बात करता है मार्केट गिरा देता है, वो बात करता है, तो वो इनसाइडर ट्रेडिंग हो रही है यार, ये 800 पॉइंट, 1700 पॉइंट, 600 पॉइंट, 2100 पॉइंट, तो हेल्थी नहीं है, तो ये नॉर्मल।
सर गुड क्वेश्चन, स्टॉप लॉस की भी एग्जांपल देंगे
सर? स्टॉप लॉस ये होता है, कंप्यूटर ने आपको कहा यहाँ से बाय करें कोई भी चीज, गोल्ड वगैरह आप, लेकिन साथ ही हम आपको ये कहते हैं कि अगर यहाँ से गलत हो गया तो आपको लाइफ जैकेट पहन के जानी है इस समुंदर के अंदर, क्योंकि इस समुंदर में अगर आपको तैरना आता है या नहीं आता, स्टॉप लॉस का मतलब होता है जो लिखा हुआ है स्टॉप लॉस, कि आप जैकेट पहन के जाएंगे तो ड्राउन नहीं होंगे, तो थोड़े 2-3 गौते ही आएंगे ना, वो गौते आए पे, लेकिन आपको उठा के, तो Nasdaq के साथ लड़ना स्टॉप लॉस के बुआ है, सुसाइड है। 30 सेकंड लगते हैं अकाउंट ब्लो होने में, लिखा होता है अकाउंट सक्सेसफुली लिक्विडेट, फिर कंग्रेचुलेशन का शाम को मैसेज आता है अकाउंट लिक्विडेट हो गया और खरीद लो। तो 80% आप दे रहे, तो मतलब वैसे तबाह होता है, कहता है यार अब मैं फिर रही है।
इसको एक्सेस करने के लिए I've asked you sometimes.
Just ask me one more time right now. 1 second. Give
I
me
was
your
going
email.
to Google Sheets, right?
Yeah, yeah. Give me your email right now.
Yeah, SA. I have to SAIRA.
Oh, sorry.
SGT.
SAIRA.
S83 @gmail.com.
तो ये वहाँ पे भी है ना सुपर आइडियाज में?
हाँ जी, यही।
Yeah.
Because he enjoys it, he quickly can see, because what I do is I kind of highlight what is done, what is not, and
So, is this your brother's first time with this?
ever.
So why has he done before? He's
No,
your brother?
he's from Holland. So big issue has been the time zone. Big issue. Like, so I grew up here. He got married over there, so he went there. So eventually he came for 2 weeks holidays, and I said, I think you can put this together, because not everybody's as technical. So I have to refine the plan. Well, because I don't expect him to trade Nasdaq or ES or SRES, because there is that 20 hours of videos. You know, what is a tick? What is a pip? You know, so if he's not enjoying Daniel's lectures, and so I kind of have to refine the plan of where can he make $20. So that was the goal. So we adjusted the whole thing around, and Happy said to him, because cousins are happy too. Happy's like, forget about it, just Nasdaq. I'm like, no, this is going to be difficult for him to do Nasdaq, right? Because the guy still doesn't know what an ATM stands for, right? So I have to redesign the whole goal based on what is possible. So came to the conclusion, Majid Bhai did the whole planning, and Majid Bhai said, I think MGC, because it's not volatile. And I think 2 micros and only 30-20. So we kind of broke it down to the absolute minimum of what a person is capable of. So the capable was 30-20, MGC, after SRES, 2 points. $2 लेने हैं, तो $1 मूव हो गई तो $20 मूव हो जाती है। और मैं अभी गोल्ड दिखा दूं तो हमने फिर उनको कहा यार बैक टेस्ट करें, ताकि अब एक बंदे ने करना ही है। So because what happened was we removed NQ, we removed DS, we removed gold, like even the full instrument, only MGC, only one chart, because the goal was $20. The goal is not learning. The goal is to do a bit of earning at $20 a day.
When in your morning brief, when you're talking about the value area
Yes.
and the pivot point, are you watching it on 60 minutes?
60-minute chart will give you value.
It's automatically plotted?
Plotted, yellow lines and cyan lines. Yeah, they're all.
And the theory is that it has to fill the value
Yes,
area, right?
so whatever volume was of yesterday, it kind of makes a box. So all right, so this is a number XXX, and this is a 4-digit number. So 70% of yesterday's volume falls inside value area. So if you look at Daniel's lecture, he said if 100 people traded, and majority of the traded happening from, let's say, a mean value in between. So that's called the 70. So if the price opens here, it wants to go inside. If it gets inside, generally it fills it here, and then this acts like resistance and support and resistance. If the price opens here, this will act like a resistance. If the price opens here, this will act like a support. And once it gets inside, majority of the 80% will get filled. So but problem happened when ES moved 500 points when that trumps 2 days. So value areas were messed up. So long story short, value areas is another theory. If I want to confuse you, I'll give you Fibonacci boxes. I have a guy who sits there, 30-20. 1 point in, 1 point out. But again, the goal is, he says, I don't care about background. I don't care about anything. If I see blue box, I'm buying. If I see a red box, I'm selling. I think blue and green, green is at the bottom and red is on the top.
I think that's another problem with my trading is that I'm following
Too many things, too many things. So that's why I'm in a process of doing these for you guys. Pick a method. I want to do mid-band, bottom. And I've written in my last video that your retracement divergence has the lowest amount of stop loss, because most people worried about my stop loss, right? But 2 points are given at the bottom of the bar. And if you take, what do you think is a realistic goal of a trader to pass a funded account of $1,500? TPT, $105. How can we pass it in 15 days, 20 days? So I like to break everything down to see what is achievable. So our goal is to get $1,500, right? We have 20 days of trading, $75. That's it. I mean, if realistically speaking, $75 a day in order to pass it. Now, how are we going to pass it? Let's assume you took 5 trades of $20 each.
Does it have any minimum per day?
No, they don't have a minimum. 20 times 5 turns out to be, and I will still give you a couple of stop losses in between too, right? So depending on how do they go, generally it's इतना बुरा नहीं है कि वो 4 ticks ना दे, एक breakouts 2 ticks दे सकते हैं, तो हो ये जाता है. Majority make up to $700, and then those emotional changes start to come in, and then fatigue comes in, over trading comes in. The longer you will take to adjust that, the longer your trading will take journey. The quicker those guys learn that, hey, I gotta come in, this is my target, I'm done, this is my stop loss, I'm done, no emotions. And it is so much of achievable with 2 to 3 micros. 3 micro लेंगे $15 का है, right? तो और आपने ये नहीं करना, देखें, अगर इस दोनों को combine करते रहें, let's say swing retrace extension, retracement divergence, bottom of the bar, and along with an area. Let's say these two. Generally, $100 is not that big of a deal. Right? Issue becomes when you want to chase a lot more points. Right?
Sorry, videos है क्या?
सर वीडियोस है, पूरी वीडियोस है सर. इसके अंदर ये देखिए, इस पे आप क्लिक करेंगे ना,
ज़्यादा फोकस किस पे करना चाहिए सर?
सर आपको तो पहले 20 घंटे बिगिनर्स की देखनी है, उसके बाद ये अभी तो आपके 20-30 घंटे की वीडियोस जो, तो जो लोग हैं जैसे बाय किया सॉफ्टवेयर, वो डैनियल इन पर्सन सिखाते हैं, लेकिन आपको 4 वीकेंड, the CEO of this company, right? So but that's when you buy the software, and the idea is then they will teach you this in person, Monday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of people don't have luxury that दूसरे ऑफिस में, लेकिन वहाँ सॉफ्टवेयर बाय करना,
वो ऑफिस वहाँ पे
डिक्सी मैथसन में.
I've been making a consistent habit to at least rewatch the videos every few months, right? And putting some theories into practice. One of the things that he says in video 1 is, trend is your friend until it bends, right? So in this scenario, if you have bases down, pressure is down. So
more chances that it'll stay down through the whole thing.
So it hits S2, it goes back up, and then it's trying to go down, but then it pushes back up because it is strong support. In that scenario, even though the base is down, pressure is down,
area one time,
it's pumping up.
Yeah, so you go up with the trend.
So the base and pressure no longer.
No, because if it has base and pressure, it has fallen to S2 and it's going, I will wait for 30-20 to go green, and with the SRES is done, then I'm buying. I'm not buying in just after, I'm buying if I'm buying at a mid band after a higher high. So if you want to go back up, go, but every day he says go with the trend. Base and pressure second. Trend is primary. So your trend of 30-20, trend of 15-10 overrides a lot of things.
Because what's happening, what I noticed is it went from S2 to S1.
Yes.
So it's kind of like the opposite of what it is saying, base is down, pressure
No,
is
no,
down.
that's but that base is down mean you opened up a pivot, you already went to S2. That's a big gap. Anyway, कोई और question? So, Legend dashboard doesn't work. You have to go and talk to them through the chat. And they said they will fix it soon. ठीक है जी
Sir,
हाँ जी
in Sir Daniel's video, there was like area is actually price. The word area is used for price, but here sometimes I don't know. What does that mean?
Area means level, zone, price. All of this mean the same thing. What we are trying to define is, let's go back to our Nasdaq area. Computer predicted these levels. Computer said, if on Thursday at 8:49 a.m., computer printed these values, our Python function printed it, and we copied and pasted and double checked. Computer, so now if you hear me in the morning, this is, I go like, where is the price? I write, if you ask me, first thing I do is I write, what was my night session high? And he reads this live. Then I say, what is my night session low? Then I know how much ES or in Nasdaq moved in the night. So we have a figure of high number and low number and the maximum point. So
The only difference is you do it
I
from
take
6
tricks
p.m.
and he does it through 12, but it's pretty, no problem. Now I come in front of a computer and 9 to 5 is coming. This is all my morning briefs are, right? You've heard it. And I say, all right, where's the price right now? So the price is near R1, near S1, near pivot, in the between. Then I decide what is my game plan. Which area I want to go long or which area I will short. So on Thursday, I said to everybody, I am planning to do around 18,124. I know the number because I sent the signal. I sat there, price did not go there. I sat there. 4 p.m. When I was going home, I canceled the order. I didn't take that trade because I was waiting for that number to hit and then I will buy from there. Price hit 310. Jatin here, he was sitting, like, I'm taking S1. He took S1 and he texted me, Paji, 35 point done, 20 point done. So that's called an area trade. You wait inside your zone for the price to come to you. Sometime it will come there. Now, it is no guarantee, by the way, that it will follow what this is. Sometime it's 360. I've seen it go bounce from 359.79, didn't pick my order and went back up. Sometime it went to 307 and went back. So computer kind of prints out a range. Says, hey, I think, so just like the weather app, you have a high, you have a low. Doesn't mean this is 100%, but based on the computer model. Same, Monday will come, we have every day. Well, how do we determine? People ask me, what is the accuracy? I tell them, look at our areas for 18 years. Forget about 18 years, ये 1 साल की sheet है यार. हर बॉक्स को चेक किया है तो इसका मतलब है कि बॉक्स एरिया हिट किया है ना, उसके अंदर गई है ना प्राइस. तो ये एरियाज होते हैं, प्राइस होती है कि अब क्या हुआ, जिसमें वेडनेसडे को इस एरिया में आई. ये मैं ग्रीन ब्लू ग्रीन रेड करता रहता हूँ साथ साथ के. हमें एक ना एक तो ईएस में भी ऐसे ही होता है, नैस्डैक में ऐसा. अब डाउ सॉरी गोल्ड की आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. गोल्ड shot up around 9 p.m. 4 or 5 days ago to expected high. Me and Jay were talking and I said gold is our expected high because nothing else was moving. We looked at around 9 o'clock. The price, I took a screenshot of evening areas. It was 96 to 5,300. 52.96, 52.96 to 5,300. I entered my
midnight, right?
and night वाला ना midnight 11-12 बजे
12 बजे
मैंने एंटर किया 94 था 96 number 94 था sorry I entered at 96 it shot up to 9300 and it fell $14 one point was 100 I didn't take $1,400 I took $2 both of us were like hey,
I took $1,700 in every account.
that is brilliant like 70 but so he waited कब रात को ऑर्डर आ रहा है रात के 12 बजे ऑर्डर आ रहा है अब आप कहोगे यार
I saw your message
हाँ
then I quickly turned off on the computer.
आप बस ये करेंगे इससे पहले
I
एरिया
was
चला
about to go sleep.
या तो मैंने स्टेटस पे लगाया गोल्ड इज आर एक्सपेक्टेड हाई मैंने तो एंटर कर लिया now I know but so when I entered I know what's the worst could happen so I'm like all right I have $3,500 in my account it's a PE account it's a round two I'm about how much risk can I take so I put my stop loss at $1,000 I said I'm going in full this is all time high $118 चढ़ चुकी है उसके बाद भी $70 ऊपर गई रात को आके सुबह शूट कर गई anyway what I'm saying is you put in your risk that so this is what Jatin did he took 18,310 and he subtracted 35 points if market drops at what point I will get out so you have to decide which area I will go in which area I will not go in which area I'll put my stop loss in so he has a standard rule took this number minus 35 points and then
Return minus 35.
3/3 minus because just in case you have to give Nasdaq breathing room like Daniel says it inhales it exhales it inhales it exhales and then if trust me when you will get this comfort of trading without emotion it is so
That's
simple
the hardest thing to do because I log in right at 8:45 for your Zoom and when I start hearing oh, this guy's done for the day. Oh, you've made $500 and
adds
you're done for
interest
the day.
stress right
It's crazy just like
yeah it is it does because what happens is I have stopped saying a lot of things because of this same issue is because the trader next to you I have one person 9:36 he gets up and leave right and then you are feeling fear of missing out you're like man I haven't even put in a computer and the guy's done so it's sometimes good not to come to the office you want to do it from your home
but then the thing is like I always do it from my home that's why I'm not into Zoom
you like आपका mind कहता है कि मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं और अगले बंदे ने 1700 कमा के निकल भी गया right so I
want to learn the things that you're teaching but then I want to block out these voices that are saying I'm done for the day and I've made $1,000 an hour per second so that's hard to block
I will try my best to stop announcing results hopefully that I will say कि इतना कर लिया इतना मैं अपने तो नहीं अपोज नहीं Zoom अब मैंने आज वादा किया कि मुमताज आपके घर पहुंच जाएगा मंडे ट्यूसडे उसका Zoom करेंगे मैं जो करता हूँ वो Zoom पे भी जाता है हैप्पी करता है वो तो सिर्फ Nasdaq करता है वो कहता है बस आंखें बंद करके मेरे पीछे आ जाओ मैं उसकी क्लास में गया हूँ मैं बाहर आ गया क्योंकि वो देखिए वो मास्टर है Nasdaq इतनी प्रिसाइज एंट्री मिडल ऑफ द एरिया उठा लेता है क्योंकि उसका नॉलेज Nasdaq में इतना डीप हो गया कि उसने 2.5 साल सिर्फ एक मार्केट को स्टडी किया उसको उसकी पल्स का पता है वो नहीं देखता कि मैंने S1 का S2 का वेट कर रहा है वो कह रहा पाजी रजिस्टर लग गई है लाओ जी 5 पॉइंट दी ATM रखो तो तुम दो ऐसे उसकी वर्ड्स भी ऐसे होते हैं पाजी अखा बंद करके पा दे तो आप कहेंगे मैं तो ले लिया ये पहला वर्ड आ रहा है मैं तो ले लिया तू सीधी लिया और तो उस देखिए एवरी ट्रेडर की एनालॉजी थोड़ी डिफरेंट है आई कैन ट्राई टू बैलेंस दिस आउट मोर्टाज स्ट्रिक्टली ES if anybody is struggling listening here struggling at over there some people want to come here they're like hey जो आप सिखा रहे हैं वो मेरे ऊपर से जा रहा है so I'm like okay you can downgrade and come to the basics level and learn from Murtaz right and I know 3 months Murtaz has been here and only one day we have hit stop loss only one day majority and he's taken his own trades only one day hit 2 area stop loss S1 and S2 वो रुक ही नहीं रही थी फिर इन्होंने कहा बंद करो यार अब इमेजिन करें उस दिन ये रिवेंज में जाते तो आज 3800 का पे आउट नहीं आना था ना, उन्होंने अगले दिन वो भी रिकवर कर दिया और सारा कर दिया। अब इनका क्या गोल है? इनको गोल दिया है 5 अकाउंट $100 a day, माइक्रो रोज का 500 बार आता है, आ जाता है मशीन। वो 37 मिनट लगाते हैं, टेक प्रॉफिट आपको पैसे देते हो, आप ऑर्डर डालो, शाम को चिचिंग बार आ जाता है।
So for me, would you just recommend one account for now?
One account of legends, just to
I
kind
wanna
of,
do- I
or
wanna
take
do
profit, take profit and just figure out how,
I think
what
my luck is
strategy.
not working with that.
No problem. So this is it. Anything else? और सर उधर सेमिनार ठीक है?
अच्छा सर, ये इसका जो अभी आपने ये जो सेशन दिया आज,
हाँ जी।
वाज वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव एंड थैंक यू सो मच।
होपफुली आप सुबह कहीं मंडे को सुबह इधर 9 बजे आ जाए।
मंडे को आप ओपन?
नहीं, मैं इधर नहीं हूँ, यहाँ पर ऑफिस खुला है, मार्केट खुली है, यहाँ हमारी असिस्टेंट है सुखमन, वो आपको, आप लैपटॉप ले आइएगा,
ठीक है।
विंडोज मैंने लिखा था यहाँ पर 7-10 आपको चाहिए, आप इस फ्लोर पे आए, अपना लंच ले आए, वॉशरूम है, सोना है, उधर सोफे भी लगे हुए हैं। हम एरिया के ऐसे वेट करते थे जब सिर्फ हमारा ग्रुप 7 या 8 का होता था कुछ सालों पहले, हम सो जाते थे, एरिया ट्रेड लगा के नैस्डैक में सो जाते थे कि कोई ट्रेडमिल पे चल रहा है, क्योंकि वो आती ही नहीं थी। अब तो मार्केट फिर जल्दी आ जाती है। अब हमने S3 लिया, हैप्पी साहब सोए हुए हैं जी सोफे पे, मैं अपनी ट्रेडमिल पे चल रहा हूँ। तो हमारी पुरानी वीडियोस देखें, इतनी, अब तो आप 9:30 मार्केट खुलती है, 10 बजे एक्सपेक्टेड लो लगा होता है। सो ये एक मसला है, लेकिन अब तो हमारे लिए फायदा पता क्या है, इन एंड आउट बहुत आसान हो गया। जो बेटा जो मार्केट के अंदर आया है उसमें इन एंड आउट बिना ब्रेकआउट के 4 टिक्स, पहले होता था यार ये पूरा चार्ट कर जाए, राइट, उसे करना था, लेकिन अब क्या होता है, आप ATM डन, 4 टिक्स डन, 4 टिक्स डन, राइट। सो
टेक प्रॉफिट की जो ऐड आ रही है कि नो एक्टिवेशन फी,
वो यही कह रहे हैं, एक्टिवेशन मीन नो PA फीस। टेक प्रॉफिट कह रहा है 105 दें, 30 दिन में रीसेट ना हो, ये उनकी बड़ी फाइन कंडीशन है। 30 दिन में रीसेट ना हो, 30 दिन में अकाउंट ब्लो ना हो, 30 दिन में पास हो, तो आपको PA फ्री कर रहे हैं, PA आपका फ्री हो।
एंड ऑफ द डे,
EA एंड ऑफ द डे, PA नॉट। ये भी एक चैलेंज है।
सर सबसे पहले हमें ऑनलाइन जाके
नहीं, आप आए मंडे को इधर, अगर आगे नेक्स्ट वीक आ जाए, भाई लैपटॉप ले आए, सुखमन के साथ वो आपको सेट कर देगी, और आपका सारा जो है ना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। तो फिर आप वीडियोस देखेंगे, 14 दिन के बाद हम आपको बुलाएंगे, आप मुझे बताएंगे आपने ये करना है कि नहीं। अगर नहीं करना तो कॉस्ट को लैपटॉप वापस कर दें, अनइंस्टॉल कर दें। अगर करना है तो फिर हम आपको इनरोल करेंगे और आपका पहला सेशन सेट करेंगे माजिद भाई के साथ, ताकि माजिद भाई आपको गोल्ड की ट्रेनिंग दें। प्राइमरली उनको हमने आपको उस स्टेप्स के साथ
14 डेज के बाद कितनी लंबी ट्रेनिंग है
सर? एटलीस्ट 3 माह चाहिए।
फुल टाइम होना है?
नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूँ 3 माह की प्रैक्टिस के बाद आपको कुछ चीजें समझ आनी शुरू हो जाएगी। मैं अगर आपसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछूं 3 माह बाद कि मुझे डाइवर्जेंस की लाइन बता सकते हैं, यही क्वेश्चन।
वो मैं बता दूंगा।
हाँ, तो फिर मैं ये तो आज आप कह रहे हैं ना, तो 3 माह, अगर मैं आपसे कहूँ कि आप मुझे सिर्फ यहाँ बताएं कि गैप ट्रेड क्या होता है, तो क्या अगर आप बता सकें तो मुझे लगेगा कि आप रेडी हैं एग्जाम लेने के लिए।
सर 14 डेज का ट्रायल लिया मैंने, और जब उन्होंने सॉफ्टवेयर जो इंस्टॉल करना था, मेरे 2 लैपटॉप थे, वो दोनों नहीं थे इसका।
ठीक है,
तो अभी
अब ऐसा है, आप जो एमई केबल का नंबर है उसको हैप्पी को टेक्स्ट करें, आपको बस 7 दिन की एक्सटेंशन देगा, क्योंकि आपका लैपटॉप का सॉफ्टवेयर नहीं चल पाया तो आपको एक्सटेंशन मिल जाएगी।
लेकिन अभी मुझे नहीं चाहिए, once I get the my laptop।
ठीक है, अच्छा फिर आप उस दिन
उस वक्त तक मैं स्टडी कर।
हाँ, नो प्रॉब्लम। और कोई क्वेश्चन? कैसा था उधर? ठीक था? वेरी गुड, थैंक यू यार, वो चार्जर भूल गया तो मंडे आप लोग खुले हैं ना? मंडे आई एम नॉट हियर, आई एम नॉट डूइंग द लाइव स्ट्रीम, बट question for you, how did the black candle experience go for you? Yes,
It's very volatile, sir.
see, I told you, you
So
can't
I'm
just
planning to like switch to ES or gold.
तो फटाफट वापस आ जाते हैं। नास्डैक उधेड़ देती है आपको, और जब स्पेशली ट्रम्प सरदार हो। और जी कोई क्वेश्चन हो बिफोर आई रैप इट अप इन अबाउट 5 minutes or so? So today started 4 hours, 1 to 5.
सर मंडे को जो 9 o'clock से कितने बजे तक
2 बजे तक चल रहा है। मुझे आप व्हाट्सएप करें पहले। नहीं, मैं पहले देखूँ आपको, मैं आपको स्टेटस लगाऊँ। देखिए मेरा स्टेटस लगा हुआ है, ये देखो। मेरा अभी कोई स्टेटस नहीं है। मैं सिर्फ लिखता हूँ हाय, हाय लिखा, ये मेरा स्टेटस हाय का। आप देखिए मेरा नंबर, ये देखिए आप जरूर इस पे क्लिक करें। ये सारे नहीं कर सकते।
आपका नहीं, जब मैं आपको मैसेज करता हूँ, देखिए मैं इस पे आपको मैसेज करता हूँ, मैं आपको मैसेज करता हूँ।
अब आप इस पे जाएं, ये देखिए इस पे आपने नंबर सेव किया होगा?
जी जी जी, नंबर सेव किया। हाँ नहीं प्रॉब्लम, मैं बड़ा कंफ्यूज होता हूँ। आप कहते हैं मैसेज स्टेटस डालता हूँ, मेरे को नजर नहीं आता, क्या प्रॉब्लम है सर?
आपका बिजनेस अकाउंट है तो सेव नहीं था। All right, see you guys. Thank you very much, and see you guys. Any questions? I gotta drop them to the airport. Eh? Okay. I gotta drop them to the airport.